Hey, thank you so much.
How are you doing today?
I really appreciate it. This is really going to be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the second one we've done.
Yeah,
Definitely.
And one of the coolest things is that we also have Eric Ross.
Oh my
with us
goodness!
today.
Hey, Eric Ross.
I didn't know you were going to be here.
Extraordinaire. I know, this is so weird. Did you just get here?
I did.
That's
I think
nuts,
so.
dude. That's nuts.
And that's a beautiful hat also.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
It's a gorgeous hat, absolutely. Yeah, you're very welcome.
One of the different things that we're doing today is we're also doing performances. We already actually did performances last night. So some of the effects we're going to be going and showing you some clips so you can see actually how those effects play out in the real world, and also how you dealt with some of the little things that happened. So I'm going to give it to you. You can start however you like.
Yeah, you know, I think one of the things I think we really want to focus on is the material that you're going to see here is just workers. These are things that you and I do on a daily basis to get the gigs, to get the money, to get the phone numbers, to get whatever we need to do, you know what I mean? So these aren't just like, you know, filler effects. These are like everyday workers. At some level, we've performed these for many audiences at a time. And just crowd pleasers too. You know? I think at this point in our lives, we just know what works. You know what I mean?
A lot of trial and error.
Oh, absolutely, man. A lot of 4 o'clock in the morning, like, okay, that didn't work. I'm gonna scrap that, you know? Yeah, definitely. So one of the things, when I was a kid, my favorite thing to do, Joshua J and I, it wasn't Joshua J, but Joshua J and I grew up in Magic together, okay? And we used to love to go to conventions and lay doubles down, just double cards. We were like the double card kids. It was just crazy. We just would mess with people. So we created a lot of double card magic. What I mean by double card magic, like Rafael Benatar was the first person I ever saw do this, actually. It's being able to lay 2 cards down as one, right? So it's a double, pushing it down like that. So you're just doing that, right? And there's really no big technique to it. It's just grab 2 cards. You're gonna let this finger fall off first, and then your thumb's gonna push like that. And it shouldn't be done in any way like, here, I'm gonna put this right here for you. Don't do that. Because it looks like you're doing something. Just say, here, we'll do something with that in a second. You know what I mean? It's just an afterthought. So the stuff I'm gonna show you right now, I put together a lecture a long time ago. I was touring, and I called it the double stuff lecture. Because this is all double card work. And I wanna show you some of my favorite little double card little things. There is a great magician by the name of Hippie Torales. Do you remember Hippie?
No, I don't.
No. He was on the original Stars of Magic back in the day when it was VHS. Yeah, when it was like, what, $50 for the VHS, whatever?
Wow.
And so he had a great little thing he did. So we'll use these 2. So he would lay 2 cards down, and let's say we have the 4 spades and the 4 clubs. And he laid those down. He would show the card to a double turnover, grab the 2 cards, and lay it down like this. He then, I'll take the plastic off, sealed for your protection. He would take the box and then place it on top like so, right? So then you have somebody shuffle the cards. Perfect, nicely done, sir. Just tell me to stop anywhere you like.
And stop.
Right here, perfect. And then he'd lay a card down like that. Now, unfortunately, because of the box right now, for some reason, this is why I don't do this version anymore, because sometimes when you flick the box, it could dislodge those 2 cards. But he would flick it like that.
Oh,
Isn't that great?
Cool. Yeah.
And then he'd come over and lay it down. It's great, it's beautiful, right? It's one of my favorite little things. It just looks like that card is being placed down.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
100%. And then, of course, it shows that you've got the match, right? So I was like, okay, I like it, but this was not 100% foolproof. It just wasn't. And it reminded me of like a magician type effect, you know what I mean? Just a full magician, just to mess with them, right? To get that singleness. So then I came up with something kind of interesting. And this is, I use this all the time. I like effects where the magician messes up and they really believe you messed up. And then at the end, there's like an M. Night Shyamalan type of twist, you know? I think that's kind of cool. So I would take, let's say, the 4 hearts, and we'll take an opposite card like the Queen of Spades, okay? And you're gonna leave these inside the box. Now, normally what I would do is I'd place these on the bottom of the deck like so. This would go in here like this. And then I would hold, you can see that, these 2 cards back, and then place our flap inside there, okay? So now I have control over those 2 cards, basically. So as I take the cards out, I'm just gonna hold these like this, and then I can dump these cards while still holding these 2 cards back as I place everything there, and I can place this off to the side, okay? So I've got these 2 cards loaded. So we have the Queen of Spades, 4 hearts, and then you're going to make sure that you have the Queen of Clubs and the 4 of Diamonds. Probably be easier to just do that. Trial and error, right?
There we go.
And now, just like hippies, you're going to place those 2 cards on top, okay? So I can have the cards shuffled by myself. If you want, you can palm the cards off, hand it to them, have them shuffle whatever you want, add the 2 cards back. It's totally up to you. But basically, we're going to keep these 2 cards on top of the deck, right? And then I go through and I say, look, do you know what the idea of mates to cards are? Now, most people don't know what the hell you're talking about whatsoever. And we're magicians, we know what we're talking about. So you have to go through like a Dick and Jane type of explanation for them, right? Say, well, okay, for instance, 2 of clubs, the mate to that would be the, and they might say 2 of diamonds. Say, well, close, it'd be the 2 of spades. Right. Then they start to get it. Okay, how about the ace of diamonds? Ace of hearts. And I do this about 3 times. Jack of clubs.
Jack of spades.
There you go. So obviously you understand. And then as I'm talking, I'm not a fan of anybody doing this, by the way. Please stop doing this, folks. Please stop doing it. I need this camera. Thank you. Bring it in. Bring this camera close. Bring this camera close. Can we bring it? Come here. Come here for a second. I love you guys. Stop it. Stop doing this when you're doing a double. Everybody knows what the hell you're doing, okay? It looks horrible. Stop it. That's all you gotta do. Just stop it. It's real simple. All you have to do is create a time delay, okay? So if I'm doing table work like this, and I place the cards over here, and you've just got done shuffling them, and I've just gone through all this other stuff, as I'm talking, I'm just gonna bring the hands down, push these 2 cards off as I'm talking, get a break. It's very simple. If you're standing, the hand goes down, you get your break, okay? Push 2 cards over, just like that. Don't do this anymore. Here, I want to show you a trick, watch. All right, cool. That's a single card, right? All right. No, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So the reason people ask me all the time, why does your magic look so smooth? Why it seems moveless? Because I'm doing all the moves on offbeats, and offbeats is where it's at. It's a really important aspect of magic. I think in the structure of magic, it's important to teach these things because most people are just lazy now, unfortunately. Sorry, it's just true.
Yeah. And you can create offbeats. Do you have any? What are your preferred ways to create?
I like moving people. So I'll do a pass while I'm moving somebody on their side. So let's say I have a situation here, right? So let's say that's a break here, right? And I want to control that card, but I don't want to do a pass. So here, let's do this. So stand up. Can you do it?
Yeah. Can I stand?
So move this way, just for a second.
All right.
So I've got my break here. So I'm now just going to grab here while I'm down here. As I move you to the side, I'm just moving everything over. Yeah. It's hard to do because it's a stretch right now. So little things like that, though. So again, it would be like this, and then I'd move somebody.
It's almost like a reverse Charlie Air.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So little things like that. I think creating those beats, that kind of stuff. And again, just like if you're talking like this, grab a pen. You know, I've got my beat right there. Yeah. Okay. All the dirty work can be done without them seeing it. Yeah. I mean, look, if you're doing magic and it looks like moves, it's not magic. Okay, you're just skilled. Okay, that's why I don't do cardistry when I'm performing magic. I have a theory about this. I want to talk about this. I think cardistry people. I think it's the magician's ego trying to get out. Think about it, because when we're performing, no moves, right?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be moveless, or it should be moveless. And then all of a sudden, cardistry is this, boom, 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 right? It's the magician going, this is so. Look at all this stuff I know and things how I do it.
Yeah.
So it's this weird kind of place where, you know, while you're performing, you can't show those moves. All those things that you practiced in your room and wherever, you can't show those moves. Cardistry is, I can show you moves. Look at this. You know, what was the card? Go.
6 of diamonds.
Bam. Not even close.
You're wrong.
All right.
I think
so,
that.
What did you say?
I lost my train of thought.
Cool.
If it comes back, I'll let you know.
We've had this many times happen this week, actually. So yeah, I wanted to point that out. I think that's kind of an interesting thing. So yeah, you can create the offbeat. Yeah, absolutely. So now, once I get them understanding what mates are, okay, this has not been in play. This is just off to the side, whatever, right? So I've got my two cards. I say, what's the mate to that card? They say 4 diamonds, okay? Place this there, like that. Don't do that, though, by the way. At the table. There we go, perfect. Not perfect, hold on. There we go. So I placed that off to the side. I said, look, you're going to find the mate to that 4 diamonds. Now, what's great about this, they can shuffle the cards now. They can take the cards. It feels so fair, right? Isn't that great? So now come back and say, look, name a number between 1 and, well, obviously 52, we were missing 1, so 1 and whatever. It's totally up to you. You can choose. If you go, higher, it's going to take longer. So
5.
5, perfect. So go 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th one, right? Go and do the move. Now I want to show you this real quick so you understand exactly what's happening. You're going to flick off like this, okay? The thumb's going to pull back at the same time. It's important that when you do this, you don't move this deck back. You're going to go with a thumb and you're going to go forward here. As soon as this disappears, basically, the thumb's going to hit this and move forward. And that gives you just a beautiful moment. It looks like that card just goes right down.
Yeah.
It's so damn fair.
You can do it, even doing it slow, burning you.
Very
you
much
can't-
so.
You can't see
I've
it.
been in a room full of magicians and I'm just like, here, we'll just put the card right there. It's so ridiculous.
It looks incredible.
That's it. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, it's ridiculous, right? Absolutely ridiculous. So now we're in this position, and you're so far ahead of the game, right? They have no idea what this is about here. So this is great, right? So I go, here, look, you could have stopped anywhere, and you can show, look, you could have stopped anywhere you wanted to, whatever. The 4 diamonds, right? The mate to the 4 diamonds, ladies and gentlemen, oh. It's a good thing you're not a magician. You should never be a magician. This is a horrible thing for you to ever try. Oh, but wait, and then I pause, and I go, do you know what serendipity means? And I love educating people if they don't know certain things. I think it's really important in magic. You don't just go, here's a deck my grandfather gave me. No, it's not. That's ridiculous. You bought it at a store, go stop it. Be real with people. I think that's why people like what we do so much, is we're real with people. We're not this like, we don't filter ourselves at all. You know what I mean? In any form or fashion. So when you're explaining things like this and you're kind of teaching people what these words are, I think it brings people together as human beings, and your magic can just create a stronger connection to people. So do you know what serendipity is? A serendipitous moment, you have to explain it. It's where later on you find something that in the beginning you didn't understand what was really happening, but now the pieces are connecting somehow, and they connect, right? You say, what's interesting about this, it looks really bad, but what I didn't tell you is before I started this, I did something kind of interesting. And now there's this moment. And then you slowly open this up, show 2 cards. And now what's great about this, even if they're separate like this, I can just move them across, so they're gonna match. So even if they're like this, you say, now look, 2 cards, and then just move them over.
Yeah.
So displacement. What's even crazier is that you actually matched the 2 cards that I had from the beginning. And it's this really weird moment, right? Yeah, it's great reactions too.
I love
it's
it.
one of
I
my
love
favorite
it.
things. Oh, thank
And I
you.
want to
Thank you very
point
much.
out
Yeah.
So good.
that before you do the reveal, you're building up
Very much
the
so.
reaction.
Absolutely.
So you're
Yes.
drawing attention to what you want. Oh, this is interesting,
Yes.
which immediately draws them
Yes,
in.
absolutely.
Which in turn will then give you a
And the
greater-
hook, and that becomes your hook. The presentation, it becomes the hook.
Yeah.
The hook isn't the pattern. I hate when people use pattern as a hook because it's low-hanging fruit. Makes no sense. But when you use the presentation as the hook, you draw people in because it's like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And this is an ambiguous type of effect because they don't know what's happening
Yeah.
until the end.
Dude, I love the build up.
Yeah.
And then the mess up.
Yeah, the mess up, right? Because
Yeah,
it feels like there's
yeah,
like
yeah.
this crescendo, then
Boom,
you're like,
boom.
oh no, he
Oh.
sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After all that.
Do I? You know what I mean?
No, it's great, man.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Hey,
Yeah.
can you show us the move again?
Which one? Hold on. See, I'm building.
let's
See,
see
I'm building. Here's what's funny. I'm actually
let's
even
see it.
building this presentation of the tutorial for the greatest thing. Yeah. Okay. So, as I was watching people do, and I was used to teaching this little move and the way I do it and everything, I was watching Renee Levon one day, and I'm like, well, shit, man. What if I could do it with one hand? What? So? If you didn't hear Eric goes, what? So now, same thing. This is so much fun. Just say stop.
Stop.
Right here?
Yep.
That's beautiful.
It cannot be done any slower.
That's great. That's
Right?
incredible.
So
He's
now,
speechless.
Yeah.
It's right here.
Yeah. So now what's happening is, so they say stop. Anyway,
Stop.
So you're going to show the card here. You're literally touching the back of your fingers as you slide. And again, you can do it slow
thing of
if you
beauty.
wanted to. Just looks like you laid it down. Isn't that great? Totally just nonchalant, you know what I mean?
Makes me feel giddy inside just
Yeah,
watching
right.
it go.
Exactly, yeah. So that's a really fun moment. And then this is the crescendo. You can do it in someone's hand.
Ooh.
That's my favorite. So hold out your hand. Put it down. So we got our double. They say stop anywhere they like. Place it down, and you're done.
It's so.
I want to
So
kiss your
clean.
forehead.
You can't, please. If you rub it, Gregory Wilson will appear. And that would be a revolution.
That's incredible. Can we see that double again in the hand? I've
Absolutely.
Never,
Yeah. Go ahead, Eric. Do it. Actually, I'm teaching you. I'm going to teach you.
Oh,
Yeah. So, okay, the majority of this is just balls. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, it's just balls. Me and B. Smith, we were working on this thing. I was showing him and stuff. No, it's fine. And it's on the internet web somewhere. And we were incredibly giddy. Every time I placed it in his hand, open up your hand, it just split. And we just started laughing our asses off every single time. And he couldn't keep a straight face. It was really, really fun. You should watch that video. It's on YouTube somewhere. But what I was showing was it's just about that. And what you're doing, it's actually interesting. You're feeling where the skin is once the card goes down, and it sticks. It sticks, and if it sticks right away and you let go of it, those two cards will stay together. Okay, so you're not going to try to push it. Okay, even though that didn't look too bad. Let's just see if I can throw that motherfucker. All right. So again, you're pushing down, and once you feel it, that's where it's at. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's a real casual thing. So you just place the card down, and you move on.
Right.
You don't want them to look or anything like that. Now, if they, you could have a spectator that goes like this or whatever, right? Like, oh, appearing cards, or whatever. You say, look, hold it still, don't move, okay?
Yeah.
And then go over here. Now, all attention is here. So even if it's a little askew, they're not going to notice, okay? Especially at bars and those kind of places, you know what I mean? Same thing. They say stop. You're going to come over, the exact same thing, and you just place that card down. Did it a little bit too, but you're just going to place that card down, and there you go.
It even sounds.
It does. Yeah, you
It
have that
sounds
sound.
perfect. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you're getting the sound from the flick you were talking about, right?
Yeah. So once this flick goes here,
There you go.
that's where it is, right? And it looks like the card goes down.
Now, are you getting that audio when you do the one-handed?
Yes. Oh, you one-handed? Hold on. No, you're not. I don't think you are. No, it's more of a smooth type thing. Yeah. Which, if you think about it, that's exactly what it would be. You wouldn't have that. If this was another card, right? Say stop.
Stop.
Right here. Cool. You wouldn't have that. You wouldn't have the fleck thing.
Yeah.
So it'd be a little bit smoother. Yeah. Any questions on this?
I think
Yeah. Cool.
it's just time to practice.
Beautiful. Yeah, and that's the other key. Practice, 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 Again, me and Joshua, what we would do is we'd get 4 aces. We were just silly kids with a dream. I love it. So we'd mess with magicians all the time. So we'd have 4 cards, and then we'd keep 2 like that. And I'm like, watch the double. Like, shit, that sucked. Boom! What's up, motherfucker? So all these magicians think we messed up, you know what I mean? All this stuff. You should do it, man. It's so much fun. Just do it for magicians. Like,
I love the sound effects.
you have to do
use
sound
them.
effects, dude. No, in life, you just have to do them. Whenever you're like in a store and you're like doing your credit card, go whatever. People love that stuff. Any other questions about this?
How would you practice this?
How do I practice it?
Yeah. Or somebody maybe who's never done this before. How would you?
It's gonna sound so cheesy. It's Nike, but just do it. I mean, you just gotta do it, man. You just gotta mess up so many times. I honestly, I found myself like in grocery stores, like throwing doubles down like the lane, like the aisles, because it's real slick in grocery stores, and you can get a double to go really far.
That's
Be adventurous.
Yeah.
Just be adventurous. Don't limit yourself. See what you can do. And son. Oh yeah. Would you think I cheated? Would that be great? It was just one. I really thought about doing that. I'm just gonna mess with you. But yeah. So yeah. Again, I mean.
Just do it.
It's just one of those things, man. Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great. That's
Thank you
great.
so much. I really appreciate that. I love sandwich routines. I fell in love with sandwich routines when I was younger. I just loved it.
I like sandwiches.
They're interesting because there's so many possibilities with the sandwich routine. But unfortunately, just like the ambitious card routine, it can be really, really drawn out and really, really boring, right?
Yeah.
So I want to kind of just put like a 3-phase situation together, a nice sandwich routine, right? And so this is my worker, and this is called Edge, and I will show it to you. Shuffle the cards. Where's my Sharpie? My Sharpie. Nice. Perfect. We're gonna take out some cards. We'll take, oh, you know what? We'll just use the king of spades and king of clubs. That'll work out well. Perfect. And you'll shuffle them just a little bit more, please.
Yep.
And take out any card you like. It doesn't matter which one. I'll let you keep that one. Perfect. I could see it, I guess.
Oh, you didn't want me to see it.
Fine. Why not? It's what a great idea to see it. I tell you what, before we do this, let's put those over here. I just want to make sure. Oh, and please notice the Johnny Depp starter kit. Perfect. So the idea is very, very simple. There's not more than 1 3 of diamonds in this deck. That's important to remember.
Yeah.
So just put it back anywhere you'd like. Perfect. How far down? Good sound effects there.
Yeah,
How far down? How far down roughly? Guesstimation.
I would say 25 cards.
I would say about 25 too. I think you're right. If we take the kings, place it right on top. This is really weird. Watch. If we just squeeze, it's a very strange thing. But you can see one card jump in between. I know. It's weird. Take a look. Turn it over. Show everybody. Shut my mouth.
Ooh.
Let's do it again, but sign your card this time. Let's have it signed. Go ahead.
You want me to sign his card?
Yes. Sign his card. Again, we're gonna place the kings over here.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Again, please place the card back in the middle, anywhere you'd like. Ooh, 27 cards down. That's really good.
That's the spot.
That's really good. And that signature is wonderful. Do you do prescriptions? I'm excited. Again, here's the move. It's a very simple move. You just drop them on top, see? And just wait a second. One card jumps in between those damn kings. I know what you're thinking. You did sign that card. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to tell you what we'll do. Put it back in the middle.
Maybe 28 cards now?
17.
17.
But thank you.
So-
Did you see it happen? Did you see it jump back in between the
Ooh.
kings? Yeah, it's
Beautiful.
almost unfair. It's almost unfair.
Oh, that's great.
It's almost
That's great.
unfair. Let's do it one last time. We'll take the 3. We'll place it back in the center. Roughly how far down do you think that is? Guesstimation.
That is
31.
31. If you can see it jump, though, which is even crazier,
great.
you can see it jump right back over in
That's
between.
great and visual.
So it's a
yeah.
very simple
Yeah.
sandwich routine,
Yeah.
and it's like a transpo too, which is what I like about it. Now, saying that, I came up with another phase. I'm not going to do the performance of. Well, I guess I'll show it to you. I would only use this to separate maybe the last phase. So I would put this phase in the last spot of what I just did with the
Okay.
other phase, right?
Okay.
Because I wouldn't. It's too long. This is probably the best moment, but it's too long of a damn trick to keep going like it, right?
Yeah.
So again, the kings are placed into the box this time. That way nobody can touch them. Fair enough? The 3 is then placed back anywhere you'd like again. Perfect. Placed back. Now it's important to know, this is like the most important thing. It's important to know that your card is not on top, right? 8 of
Yeah.
diamonds, right? It's not on the bottom either, yeah? But watch. Did you hear it? If I did this correctly, oh shit. If I did this correctly, hold on to it for a second.
Yep.
You should see one card in between the kings. And they were able to
That was great. That was great.
see, and it really is a great moment,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But if I was in a parlor show, that's the only time I would do something like that. Because you're not going to get hold people's attention at a bar.
No.
But this is the great moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a
such
beautiful
fun
moment.
All right, so let's go through this. I came up with this effect, this whole thing. I was on my way to the Jamboree in St. Louis. I was on the bill with Kenner and Bizarro, and I was in the car and I was like, I don't know what it was, but I put 2 cards in my watch like this to hold them for a second, and I looked and I saw the edge. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. You can't really tell how many cards are there. So that's where the name comes from, Edge.
Oh.
That's it, just edge, right? And also the line of vision that they have. Once you put the cards there, they forget about these.
Yeah.
These are just like not even a question to like, you know, okay, so put the cards there, right? So we'll use the kings again. So I want to teach a couple different things, ways of creating a good sandwich, because every time I see a magician do this, bring the mayonnaise out, we're making a sandwich, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I like to do, it's really true, it's so true, so I get a break under the top card, while another card selector, they're signing a card at this point. And it depends, I can either have them sign the card in the beginning, or if this is already a card that's signed, I'll go into this effect. But sometimes I'll just start with the card not signed, and it builds that kind of thing, you know what I mean? So I got my break. Again, these are just very exaggerated moments here just for you guys. I would never have that big of a break. There's my break normally. We got it? Let's see. Yeah, that would be a normal break. But for camera, that's your break. Okay? You're gonna place the other king on top, and I'm just gonna hold the cards like so for a second. My fingers are going to push that decoy card off to the side. Notice this finger then comes in, and I'm going to clip that. Once it's clipped right about there, it's got to clear that second king. In other words, if I bring this king away, you won't be able to see that, right? Okay. So this is the way I load these cards. So instead of doing the sandwich routine, I'm just talking. This comes over, like so. And this is really great. I'm now going to square the cards up. As I square the cards up, I'm going to catch a break above the top card. So I've got my break above the top card. Again, exaggerated for the camera, totally exaggerated. As I'm just squaring, in the action of squaring, this middle finger is going to push those two cards flush with the deck as you're squaring here. And now you've loaded those two cards on top, but it looks like the cards have never fallen flush with the deck, okay? I can't stand when people do this and then pull away. It just drives me nuts. So as you're coming here, that's when you square up.
Yeah, that looks good.
And you're done, right? So they think you have two cards here. You're now going to place this under your watch. You're going to place this under your beads if you're Christopher, D. Christopher. You're going to do something, all right? Put the cards somewhere on you. That's really important. If you have a tie clip or something, you like that? A tie clip. That was razor sharp if it's right. Thank you. Love a boy, D. All right. Now here's our situation. We have our other king face up, and we have our X card, our decoy right here, okay? As I turn the cards over, instead of spreading to say, you know, here, put your card back first, I want to get rid of this extra card, okay? This is something I do a lot. I've been doing this for many years, but it's a way to kind of show the cards. Everything looks free and clean. And then as you're cutting, you now have positioned that king back to the top, okay? So as I'm talking, I say, look, you can put your card anywhere you like. And while I'm doing that, I'm getting my break here, okay? I'm going to swing cut the top half. But as I swing cut, I'm going to milk the bottom card with the top half as it moves over. So now that clears that other card. And then I keep swing cutting as I'm talking. You put your card back anywhere you'd like. This goes back to the bottom, and then I can spread, okay? It's a great little way of hiding a card. So you can show all the cards free and clean, whatever you want to do. Listen, look, you put your card back anywhere you like, totally up to you. And then I pause. And now I spread the cards, okay? So that's our situation. They put the card back. I call the card, just call the card at this point. So square up, and I'm just, keep my fingers right here. These fingers are going to grab a hold as I call the card underneath and spread. Okay, sorry about there. Spread, 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 spread as I'm talking, and then that loads it back onto the top. So basically, we've got rid of a decoy card, and we've now repositioned the selected card exactly where we wanted it to be, all while looking very fair, right? Yeah. Square the cards up, and now I've got my situation there. Now I take the kings out, the kings, supposedly, hold them just as you would before, drop them on top, spread the cards. It's like a monkey in the middle without any kind of gimmicks.
Dude, it totally fried me.
You know, did it?
Nice. Oh, no, it did.
Nice.
It was so clean.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, right?
It's so clean.
So this is the first moment, right? Because the first moment has to be clean, right? The second moment, I'm going to be dirty as hell, but I'm going to look clean, and it's more possible, right? Yeah, it's all structuring. It's all structuring. Take a bath. And then, so I give that to them. As they're looking at it, they're reacting. Everybody's reacting. I now load the second card the exact same way, okay? But this time, instead of doing the whole situation where those cards fall flush, I'm actually placing this 3-card packet into the watch, okay? So I've loaded an extra card. Again, you're doing all of this while they're reacting, okay? There's your offbeat, right? So the reaction's the offbeat. So again, we'll do this one last time, you say, push this underneath. And look, again, it's just, I love it. It's great, it's so great. You can load anything. Same thing, call it again, square up. And they're like, there's no way, drop it on top. I used to do, me and B. Smith had a discussion about this. I used to either allow my skin here to pull that card sometimes, like if it was a little like condensation, it would pull this as it comes out to show that. I think it's overproving. You've already showed the 2 cards inside, you know what I mean? I used to do this first, but it breaks it up and I don't want to break it up. I want that moment to still stay. Drop everything here. Oh, if you noticed the first time I did this, when I did it for you guys, when I dropped it, it did spread like that, which was nice. I was like, that's pretty cool. Little moments like that, go with them. You know, like last night with the haunted pack.
Oh, that was beautiful.
God, I don't believe in God, but something helped me. That was the craziest thing in the world, man. Just traveled right to her, man. It was nuts, absolutely nuts. You were there. You witnessed it.
Yeah. We just watched the
Yeah.
footage. It looks.
Does it look?
It looks like it just lands.
I know. Looked like there was a major thread hookup, to her body or something. I was so impressed with that myself. But little moments like that, you know, catch them and go with them. I think it's really important. Again, boom, there's that moment, and they're like, there's no way, no way. It's true, there's no way, it's not at all. But I pause, and I go, this is crazy, and I get my offbeat. Now, this is something I independently came up with. Since I've come up with it, I've seen a lot of other people do it, but I came up with this probably when I was about 20, I would say 22 years old. I'm 43 now, so, oh my God, it's crazy. So about 22. And I don't know who it originates with, honestly. So I know I created it independently. If other people did too, yay, I don't know. But this is a great way to show that this card is exactly the card you say it is. It's just a great little move, and it goes by everybody. So as you go to this person, this would be crazy. You get your break, square the cards up, grab that extra card now. So now you have the real card on the bottom. And now, this is just so much fun. You're gonna do a frustration count, but you're doing it where it looks like this card is the actual card in the middle. Yeah. It's just nuts, dude. Now, do you know the originator? Or have you seen? I don't know. You?
No, I've never. I haven't seen that.
So mine.
It looks great. It looks great.
No, it's just this great little moment. So now, they saw the card in the middle. I'm gonna pull this card off to the top of the deck, show the card, and then bring it over. Right?
Yeah.
It's so good, right?
It's incredible.
So it's not fair.
Yeah.
It's just not fair. I call it not fair magic because it's just ridiculous. It just looks like that's the damn card.
Yeah.
So I'm now going to side jog that card. I'm going to lift up half the pack. I've got this other card here. I don't want to reveal that yet. I now pick up half the pack. And this is something I do all the time. I think it's a real important aspect. I got to get those 3 cards away from the deck somehow, right? So what do? I don't want to square the cards up and then have to go through this thing again, right? That's too much, that's too messy, right? So what I figured out was, here we'll go back to the beginning. What I figured out was, so we have this, there's the card. And here's what I say too, I say, oh no, it's your card, you signed it, right? You signed the card, yeah? And then,
That looks so good.
So pick up, dribble. Now this is a feel thing. This is a feel thing. This is gonna take time and practice. But I'm gonna dribble till I get to that last card. Once I've gotten that last, so usually I do it in just one step. Hold on. I talk about it now. I can't even do the damn thing. It's hilarious. There we go. Oh, it's signed. That's crazy. I'm sorry. There we go. Sorry about that. So there. So I've got my dribble. Okay. So I've got my 3 cards. Let me do that again. Let me do that better. Sometimes it doesn't work, guys. It's just what it is.
Yeah, when you're not in the flow of the routine, everything doesn't feel
and I'll be
the
honest
same.
with you, and you've seen me perform, I barely, I'm not being egotistical, I just barely mess up when I'm performing. Because you're in the zone, you're in this place, you know everything. Teaching though, it's so, like anything can happen, it's so funny. So we got, that's your card, there you go, boom, boom. There we go, like that.
Yeah.
Okay? Now I have 2 choices, I can lay them down like this, right? Push the card in the middle. As they push it in, I now spread the cards over there, right? So I get my delay, as we saw before. So that goes there. So they think that's the card. Do me a favor, push it in the middle. Now, as they do that, all attention's there. My thumb just goes like that, okay? So that gives you this great little moment. Push it in, boom, boom, boom. Good. If I did it again, would you be mad at me? And then I just look down or I say something like that. They're like, what the, you know.
Yeah.
So that's one way to end it there.
I think earlier you did it with a spread, right?
Yeah, I did it with a spread. And the
Yeah.
spread's nice because you get this great moment here, push it in the middle. Did you see it happen? Oh, wait, didn't even do it that time. That's hilarious. Oh, that'd be kind of cool, actually. Oh, wait, that'd be kind of cool. Did you see it happen? Oh, it didn't happen that time. Which one do you think it is, by the way? Like, oh, yeah, anyone. Yeah, which one do you think it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? And then, like, you've already
Yeah.
done it. Like, oh, no, what about the one in the middle? Probably the one in the middle? You know what I mean?
okay.
So
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like little brainstorming things like this. So that's a great way to end it. And then the box. The damn box, man. I was at
It's so beautiful.
Thanks, man. I was at a strip club one time. I was actually at Dreamers. And me and B were performing. And those are some of the best stories. And
That's how every good story
absolutely,
starts.
it doesn't start with the salad. That's right. That's right. I was eating Caesar salad, and whew, the night got crazy. No, it's definitely debauchery. Same thing you're going to do. Okay, so let's see. The card's already out.
Yep.
Okay. This time we're going to place them in the box. So I'm now going to load my cards the same way. I'm going to ditch those two cards the exact same way, right? So they're on top.
Yep.
And I love this moment here. I just love this clean moment. Not nice? Just nice. And they think there's two cards there. All right? This is our situation. Same thing as before. Again, I wouldn't do this phase through the whole routine. This would be a phase I would do for someone who's paying me or I want to get that gig. Because this is the impossible moment, isn't it? Right? So I got my situation, place it back. Call, 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 call. What's great about this, the offbeat in this moment, is you can push the top three cards off to your side or whatever. Now you have an instant double backer. So you can show the top card and say, and pull it off.
Yeah.
It's not on top. So as you show the card here, it's not on top. Turn it back over, same thing as before. It's not on the bottom. Very clean. Shaky, shaky, shaky. As I shake, I push off the top two cards. Pause. I say, do me a favor, hold out your hand. And this is a justification for just putting the cards on top. Hold out your hand, just like that. Did you see it happen? I've got these two cards underneath now. This is where you guys are gonna hate me. So you open up, and you're just gonna throw those cards. Then the bottom two cards, so that what will happen is, what happened was, the bottom two cards and the top card will come out at the exact same time. So it looks like that card's right in the center of those two cards. And it's like, and by the way, at this point, when you shake those cards and you go, so you've already shaken the cards like this, right? So, shut my mouth. I'd say something like that. I like to have characters and voices in, you know what I mean? Shut my mouth. Hold your hand out. This is so crazy. This is nuts. I wouldn't believe myself. You know, whatever. Have fun with it, man. You know what I mean? And also, it gets them out of the idea of trying to figure something out when you're entertaining them.
Yeah.
I hate the word entertainer, but when you're doing magic, oh, I forgot there's glass there again. When you're doing magic, quick, give me a sucker punch. When you're doing, only irrelevant Murphys. When you're doing magic, it's important to entertain, but don't use magic to entertain. See the difference?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So be entertaining, but don't use the magic.
No,
Got
the
it.
magic's magic. Let the magic speak for itself. Be entertaining though. Do voices, do characters, mess with them. You know what I mean? Let them bring them into this world that you've created, right?
Yeah.
But don't use the magic to entertain people. If you use magic to entertain people, you've totally forgotten.
Yeah.
You don't understand what magic is. Yeah. You can use a car accident to entertain people. People watch people having sex on the internet for entertainment. Okay? That's entertainment for people. This is not entertainment. This is a message. This is a way to connect to people, right? You like using porn as a, yeah, that's really interesting, right? So yeah, any questions about that?
No, man, that's
Cool.
killer.
No, I think you explained it
Thank
well.
you guys so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
I really appreciate that.
The
Thank
one
you.
thing I think
Yeah.
you did kind of skim through it kind of quickly was on the last phase where it goes into the case.
Mm-hmm.
You are doing that cut where you get rid of the X card underneath.
Yes. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I apologize
yeah.
about that. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. We'll use. Where are they at? There we go. Yeah, you're definitely using that. So once you're in this position, you've got an X card here. Where's our situation is? You got an X card here. This goes inside. Yeah. So as the card's either being signed for the first time. Oh, by the way, I've done this just as a standalone phase too. It's not bad as a standalone phase, you know. And you could do like you put it in the deck, and then the box is off the side, so the kings have been there the whole time. Then go back to it. I would even go as far as once I get to this position, right? I'm here. I would palm these cards off or fall into my lap or into my pocket, and then go on with some other magic. And when I'm ready to reveal this moment, get those cards again.
That's great.
Retrieve them.
Yeah.
And they go, oh, remember this is so crazy, boom, boom, boom. And for that kind of thing, I would say, do you want to find the card the hard way or the easy way? Whatever they say, you put the cards in the box and then go back to it, right? So you can use it as a standalone, but I would use it like later on in a different routine after you've done all the magic. Yeah. But yes, you're in this position, and you are going to do. Here, hold that. You are going to do this. Don't you want? You're not my GPS. You know my dad. You are going to do the cut.
Yeah.
So as you're talking, you say, look, put it back in where you want. Yeah. Same thing as before. Yeah. And then just call the card, and then square the cards up. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Great.
Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Yeah, it's one of my favorite little things to do.
It looks so great. It truly does look like all three cards are coming out.
Oh, by the way, yeah. I do it in someone's hand. That's when I usually do it. I forgot to mention that. This is important. Yeah. Of course you do, Justin. Why wouldn't you? Let's go back to the king of spades. Here we go, king of clubs. So this is our situation. Yes, Eric, if you don't mind, sir. So we've gotten to this position. This goes here. Hold out your hand for me if you would. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, both hands. I apologize. I'm stupid. Yeah, that's right. So I would stand too. That's important too. Normally I would stand with this effect. So I would drop the cards out like that.
Ah, that's great.
It's nonchalant.
That's
it's just,
great.
you know what I mean?
Like here, take
yeah.
it.
And now it's left in their hands. You know? I love that moment. Yeah.
And I think that's important also, making sure you take the cards out naturally, because if not, it'll
Very much
feel
so.
suspicious.
Well, look, how many times have you seen a magician do this? Like, here, look, one card.
yeah.
I bet that was under the bottom. Why would you pull it out like that? No human being takes a card out of like if it was actually in there. Here, look, I've got no, what? That's so aggressive. Why would you do such a thing? You know what I mean? Or when magicians try to put the card back in the box, it's really going on the back, but you can see it go on the side too. It's the magic penetrating card box. That's a major magic trick right there.
I think we've covered everything from your sandwich routine. Do you want to move on to the next thing?
Yeah, this is something I put together for you guys. This is a really special thing. We all remember Daryl.
Yep.
He was a giant. The way he thought, the way he performed, even Tim Conover, that was another one. Just high energy. These guys, high energy, but dealing with so much. I myself have dealt with depression on a very hardcore basis, especially what I've gone through with my son and my own family life and stuff like that. So when I found out that Daryl committed suicide and stuff at the castle, it just tore me apart. The reason why is because when I first moved to Vegas when I was 19 years old, Daryl took me in, and I lived with him and his wife for about 5 months or so. I was just getting on my feet. And I was so fortunate to have this kind of life, I mean, earlier in life, Del Rey, I knew Del Rey at a very early age. His manager and my manager were the same, At 17 years old, I got to experience all these people, working for Lance Burton in Las Vegas. But really never had an experience like with Daryl. Daryl was somebody who you just, every little thing, he was like Marlowe, Like he would come up with something and then he'd have 19 variations on that one thing within like 5 minutes. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen, right? And Daryl and I worked on a lot of stuff, and we never got to finish it before he passed away. And we were at, there was a convention, it was a Kalamazoo convention or something, last convention I was out with him, and I showed him some of the stuff. He said, oh my God, that looks so good, Justin, boom, boom, boom. We definitely need to work on this. And we didn't get to, unfortunately, we never got to, but I did. I finished it. Yeah. And so I finished it, and I wanted to bring this material to you guys, and just kind of, it's more an ode to Daryl, more than anything. And what I'm about to show you, it's two different effects, but I want to show you how it got there. And it all got there with this one little move that we had come up with together. And it was a way, I showed this to you, I think, last night or today. It's a way to have a 3-card change, okay? I know it sounds weird. So let's say there's 3 cards selected. So the one's on the bottom. I'll just stand up for this. Move this jar out of the way. So let's say we have a card here. So you control the cards, right?
Yep.
So control the cards top and bottom, and then second to the bottom, right? So let's say your card's 7 of hearts, let's say your card's Jack of diamonds, and you guys have the 6 of spades, right? So you're gonna do a double turnover. By the way, it's called double turnover, not double lift. Can we just get that straight? Let me just, real quick. This is a double lift, because I'm lifting
So
2
you're
cards.
lifting it.
Isn't that interesting?
Wow.
This is a double turnover. You don't lift it. You never lift it before you do that. So even in the books, it actually, a double lift was take the 2 cards and double lift and displace. That's like the Hierophant, all those books would say, which was right. But people these days think this is a double lift. It's not. This is a double lift. This is a double turnover. Okay, so now we got that straight. So you're going to do a double turnover, and you say, that's the first card. Now you're going to do T.J. Murphy's deck flip, okay? 4 fingers going to go underneath. And what's going to happen basically is you're going to flick on this corner this way, but you're flicking upwards. These 3 fingers will move out of the way, and it causes the deck to turn around, okay?
Looks so good.
Right? Okay. So you're now going to get the second card. Now here's where you get the third card. You're going to pull down with your pinky. You're going to do the exact same thing, but instead of pushing up, you're going to do the old, do this little thing here. So you push one card out, the flick, right? Oh, I haven't done this forever. That thing, right? But you're going to do that underneath the deck. Now it sounds weird, but check this out. So we do a double turnover, we do a T.G. Murphy thing, and then we get the third card like that. Now what's happened is we've separated that card from the deck as everything turns over. So it's happening underneath like that. And now you're clean. There's no other cards face up. Right?
That looks great, yeah.
Right. So 2 cards on top, 1 card on the bottom. There's your first card, there's your second card, and there's your third card. All one-handed. All one-handed. Okay, so that right there brought us into what I'm about to show you, okay?
Okay.
So it's 2 things. So we'd have, shuffle the cards for me, next one. Who likes triumph effects?
I love them.
Right? Take one out. What's the problem with triumph effects?
I think it doesn't make sense that you're putting yourself in the problem. So
Yep.
it's like you're creating a problem on your own.
Exactly, exactly. It's like the whole thing, the only reason to put a card back together, you got to tear it first, right? That's the whole reason, concept, right? I think this guy Hollingworth talked about that. So you selected a card. I could look through the cards. I could possibly do that. I don't want to do that, so let's do this. Show the camera? Cool. So we'll take the cards face up and face down, like so. Yeah. Now, if I was doing this for magicians, I would do this like real sneaky thing, like look, all the cards or whatever. So we have cards face up and face down, back to back, side to side. We'll put yours in the face up section, okay? So it's kind of mixed together. No pull-throughs or anything. The idea is to get this entire deck to righten itself except for 1 card. Watch. It happens in 2 steps. That's 1, that's 2. Every card goes back except for 1. And of course, that's a selected card. No more push-throughs you don't need. You don't need a table for this, even though we're at the table. You don't need that stuff now, right?
Yeah.
And you're using the exact same move for the card change, okay? So, like I said before, I like to do this all the time when I like hiding cards. So I have that card there, so I can show the deck clean, right? That kind of thing. So let me get into this, how we do it. I call this the one-handed triumph, right? Have a card selected, anyone you like.
Take it out.
Yep. As they're looking at showing everybody, you're going to turn the deck face up. You're going to get a break above the bottom card, and you're going to do the flip as you're talking. I've now gotten that card the opposite way. Now, how did we used to do that before, right? Half passes.
Yep.
What's wrong with a half pass? It looks like that. I don't care how well you do it. I don't care how much you try to hide it.
It's 2 hands.
It's this thing. And
Yeah.
Vernon always said, once the hands come together, the move should already be done, right? Erne's talked about that too. So I was thinking, well, what's the best way to get a card turned over? I'm like, well, one-handed. Nobody can see anything. Cool, show it to everybody else for me. Perfect. You're done. I've got 1 card now. It's great. So as they're showing the card, I do that, and then I'm going to call a card and place it on the bottom as I'm talking. So now I can show these cards. Okay? They're going to put the card back in the middle. Now, all this is happening while they're showing the card. So take your time on this one, you know what I mean? Yeah, make sure they see it too, make sure they see it, whatever. Get to this situation again. Remember, as before, we were talking. So I've got that 1 card face up now. So I say, look, you're gonna put it back anywhere. Like, oh, show them again. And so as I say that to another person to show them, I'm now just gonna simply, this is so crazy, dude. I say, do me a favor if you would, put it back anywhere you like. Actually, show him too. And I've now turned the cards over. Just a real simple thing. Show him too. And I've turned the cards over. I don't need to do any of this weird stuff. Sorry, Danny. I don't need to do, I'm sorry. This kind of thing drives me crazy. Ooh, whatever. It should all be done very, very clean, very open, I think, right? Yeah. So we've gotten our situation here. And I also don't need to do a half pass here to do that, as you would normally do for a triumph routine. Because remember, it's in the hands now. So on the table, we could have done all that stuff, and it looks how it looks. Here, as you're pointing to that person, show him, I'm just turning over like so. Real simple. So they've shown it. I now square the cards up in the bottom, square these up, and now here's our situation. Okay? That's our situation. So we're already ahead of the game at this point. Mm-hmm. You're going to put the face-up cards into the face-up cards. It doesn't matter where. Okay? Obviously, don't do that. Square the cards up, go sideways a little bit, and then you obviously don't know the card. Place it into the face-up section. Square the cards up. It looks really nice. Nice little display. And you don't need to do all of this before. You don't need to find the separation anymore. You know what I mean? Back to back, front to front, side to side. Oh, it's all crazy. You don't need that. Now you're going to do it with one hand. So you flip one time, and then the second time, pull down, flip again, and they see the cards face up, spread the cards, and you're completely clean.
Great.
And there's a little triumph for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, this is where it all comes to be for this one effect. This is my kind of a tribute to Daryl more than anything. It's a different kind of situation because I don't use cards for this one. It's more of our imagination type thing. If you did think of a card or had a card you'd like, which one would you think of?
5 of diamonds.
5 of diamonds, perfect. I think I have one of those here. Let's see. Oh yeah, I got one. Hold out your hand for me if you would. Perfect. 5 of diamonds. Good card. The chain on top. Well, we'll get back to that in a second. Javier, what was the card that you would have thought of?
Queen of Hearts.
Check this out, watch. Say stop.
Stop.
Bam, Queen of Hearts. What's up?
Wow.
Magic's fun. Yeah, yeah. Now, if you didn't want the Queen of Hearts, honestly, what would you have picked another card?
Jack of spades.
Bam, on the bottom.
There it is. He's good.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Thank you so much.
Good.
You could have, even the 5 of spades, you could have done that one if you wanted to. I think I know the problem, though. You think I'm crazy. And I am a little bit, honestly. But I tell you what, this is the best part. You can actually, if we do this correctly, you can cause all the cards to print. Every single damn card, except for one. Except for one. Yeah, I think you're holding on to, what was it?
5 of diamonds.
Yeah, turn over. 5 of diamonds.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Oh, thank you, man. Again, credit goes to Daryl, too. And all you don't need a mental photography deck anymore. You don't need to do that. You just have a blank card and a deck that matches, okay? So I love this because it's an effect it just doesn't make sense for a second, but then it's really weird. And again, I don't like blank card tricks. I just don't. But I love this one for some reason. And again, now you're ready to do other magic. You don't need to, let me put this deck away now and bring out another deck.
Well, there's a very visual
yeah,
printing too,
very much so. Yeah, there's this one-handed printing, right?
Yeah,
it just comes out of nowhere. So I'm going to spread the cards. So I don't know if people know this, but if you take a blank card and you put it on top of a deck of cards, face up, face up, that's funny. You spread the cards, it looks like all the cards are blank. I do not try to do a perfect Jeff McBride moment, okay? It's not me. I just go here, good, no cards, no ink, great, and just bring them down. That's all you need, man.
Yeah.
That looks like a blank deck of cards, right?
Yep.
Now, I love this part. Now, if you were to think of a card, which card would you think of? So, which card?
6 of clubs.
Okay, now why would I be doing this? This doesn't make any sense, right? What am I looking for? Well, I'm looking for the 6 of clubs, but I'm also bringing them into a place where, like, why is he, how does he know which ones, what? Because they think that for a second. So once I find my 6 of clubs, here's what's happening. Once I find my 6 of clubs, whichever card they think of or name, where's it at? Get to it, get to it, get to it, get to it. 6 of spades, 6 of spades. Is it on top? Okay, anywhere. So once I find it, I'm now going to push this blank card onto the face of that selection and then cut that to the top. And this is all happening here as I'm doing this. Like, oh, 6 o'clock, okay. You know, those kind of things. I think I found it. You know, just be funny, because they think it's a blank deck. So what the hell are you doing, dude? So I think I found it. Open up your hand, and now I got a double. I do a double turnover. Oh, that's where it flashed last time, probably. I think I know. So I'll do a double turnover. Oh, 6 of clubs. Look at that. Beautiful. Hold on. Put your hand on top of that. You're like, what is this guy, nuts? What is happening? Now, this is fun to do. Now, you could have thought of a card. What was your card?
Queen of Hearts.
Right on top.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's, again, they just think, what is it? What
Yes,
is going
now it goes into the, wow, this guy is maybe playing with us.
Right,
He's not, yeah.
exactly.
So the expectations now are...
It's an M. Night Shyamalan kind of twist at the end, right? And then as I'm talking, they're laughing at this point. Again, you're creating an offbeat. I'll just swing. I'll just cut this into the center as I'm hold a break, and I say, "What about you? What about you, sir?" And they say, "Name a card. Check this out. Watch. What? Name a card.
5 of spades.
Boom. 5 of spades. It's good, right? It's good. I can make the 5 of spades jump to the bottom. Ready? Watch. Right to the bottom. Mess with them, right? Just mess with them. Like, okay, I'm pulling your leg a little bit. Obviously. There's nothing happening really, if you think about it. You'd have to use your imagination, like I said in the beginning. And so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the T.G. Murphy's deck flip. There's one. And then I say it happens in 2 steps. And so do it again. And then this is where I do the move. Pull down. Do the exact same move as before. And then you've got the cards. They just they print. Now you spread the cards. What the hell is going on? Yeah. If you want to, you can spread here. And then as you're going to spread more, you can call that card over into this half if you want to like put them down now. Yeah. So now I can now show all the cards. You know what I mean? So that extra card's over there. Yeah. If you want to. I don't think there's a reason to, honestly. Go here, go here, go here, and you're gonna love this. If you do the same move again, you're now completely reset. I've got the blank card on the bottom now. I can now put these away if I wanted to. I said, oh, we're missing a card. I forgot about that. What was your card? And they turn it over. So in their hands, that card actually materialized. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Thank
I love
you
the whole
so much.
routine, yeah.
Thank you. Well, thank me and Daryl, I guess. So there you go. Oh, thank you so much. That's very kind. To Daryl. For sure. All right, guys. So this is Zenner Reopened. This is one of my probably favorite mentalism effects. It's a very drawn out effect, but it needs to be because it has different phases that kind of lead up to it. Where at the end, it actually happens in their pocket. And we actually have a live performance of it. Let's go check that out. Who's psychic? Who's the most psychic person out of all you guys, seriously? Who has psychic tendencies? You what? You're an empath. I'm an empath too. I feel other people's emotions and feelings. Got to meditate. It's like a carnival when you're going to go to bed. It's horrible. So here's what we're going to do. Sometimes they can feel the same though. Isn't it kind of weird? So here's what we'll do. You want to help me out with this? Do you know what these are? It was created in 1956 by Dr. Zenner. And he used these cards to see if people had some kind of psychic ability. It's like the Fifth Element. Yes, that's the that's right. You're going to take some, and I'm going to take some. I want you to see they're all the same. So we have a 7-inch pattern. Is that fair enough? Yes. Beautiful. Gorgeous. And mix them up. Just mix them up. Mix them up. Here, you mix them up. Mix them up. So the first little test we're going to do, is see if you're psychic at all. Got it? Perfect. Wonderful. So without thinking about it, you lay one down, I'll lay one down, you lay one down, I'll lay one down, right? You're just going to mirror each other. Face down, face down. That wouldn't be psychic, that'd be horrible. Face down. There we go. There's one. Right across from each other. Yep, absolutely. What are the odds right now that one of those matches?
Maybe 10 to 1.
Right. 2 would be coincidence, maybe. 3 might have some psychic ability. 4, we're the faces of the area. Right. 5. Let's see how we did. Come on. Let's see how we did. Oh, we got 1. We got 1. That's very cool. Oh, that's interesting. So one off almost, right? Okay, so we've got at least one and at least two that are off. And those, oh, they're offside. Oh, that's interesting. So you see the actual situation that's happening. Okay, perfect. Square them up. It's those itsy bitsies. Now, you're going to look at him this time. And you're going to, I don't want to see him. Bring him up towards your face. I don't want to see him. And now, you're going to lay him out the exact same way as before. But now, we're going to take our time. And I want you to see if we can connect. You ready? Go ahead, anytime you want. I don't want to look. Face up. Don't show me. What, you see it? Yeah, you went like this. Just do this, do this. Just go like this and just take it out and put it face up.
I know.
Yeah. Perfect. Your shirt's right there. Look at me. Look at me. You're gonna go with that one. You're happy with that one?
Yep.
You're gonna go with that one? Okay. That's it. You're gonna go with that one?
Yep.
I'm gonna go with that one. This could all be wrong, by the way.
Yeah.
You're gonna go with that one?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go with that one. Is it like your last one down? Is that a free choice?
Yes.
You decided how we did this, right?
Yes.
You see how we did it, right? Come over. That's one. That's two. That's three. That's four. That's five. There you go. Give her a nice round of applause. That's really good. That's really good. Now we're gonna go one step further with this. Pick them up again. Pick them up again. Take anyone you want out. Anyone you want. This is what you're gonna do. But let me see it again. Never play poker.
I did fine, man.
You're doing fine. Take one out. Hold it up like this. Look at it in your eyes. Look at it in your eyes and show them. Don't let me see it. Just show them.
Okay. That's it.
Got it?
Yep.
Take that one. This is what you're gonna do. Don't do it yet, but you're gonna behind your back. You're gonna take this one. You're gonna turn it face up, and you're gonna put it somewhere in the middle of the other pack.
Behind my back.
Yes, and behind your back. Ready? I'm gonna do the exact same thing.
Okay.
Got it?
Yep.
Now turn them face up all the way, and let's bring them out. See how we did. That's not a match. Too close. Let's just put them down. Ooh. That's good. That's our match. Put it right there. So I put mine right there. That's interesting.
Great.
Yep, not a match. Not a match. Not a match. Oh, you didn't turn the face up. You're supposed to turn the other way. Is it that one? No. Okay, here's what I think is going on. I have an idea. Square your ears up again. Make sure I have a line. Square them up. You have pockets?
I do.
Okay, here's what we'll do. Same thing again. You're gonna take these, you're gonna put them in your pocket. You're gonna mix them up any way you want to right now. It's only up to you. Got it?
Yep.
I'm gonna put this in my pocket. Just right there. Leave it in
I
your
was
pocket.
telling her
Just
that,
right there.
how it like got brought
Make
up,
sure I get
and
everything out of
it
my
was like, nah, deal, nah,
You ready? This is a big finish. Here we go. So now, this is totally random. There are no pockets now. I can't manipulate things. You can't manipulate anything. If this works out, we got that second. Okay? Don't print the lot.
Yeah?
You know what I mean? You go first. Yeah, no, just one. One at a time. One at a time. Face down.
You didn't say face down.
I did.
Say face
I
down.
did. We've been doing it face down this whole time. Put it back. Put it back. Mix them back up. Yeah. It's like talking to a Quaalude. Jesus Christ. All right.
Yeah, you didn't say face down.
No, the whole thing's been face down.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, you're just like face down.
Okay, face down. Well, just one card. Now that's the one you want. You're positive. You sure?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go with. Go again. You can change your mind if you want to right now. So you positive? Okay. I'm gonna go with this one. You're happy with that one? Sure. I don't know if I'm happy with it. I want that one.
Magic trick.
Cute dress, Mama. You look cute.
Again, you can change your mind. So you're happy with that one? And the last one, just hold it. Hold the last one like this. In fact, you hold on to the last one just like that. Don't move. I forgot to mention something. I also have something very special here. Do you know what this is?
Wait.
Yes, hold on to it. It's a talisman, actually. Hold on to that. Stay right there. Just hold on to it. Hold it tight. Perfect. So think about what we just did. You mixed them up. I mixed them up. Or look at it. Sure. Disobey every rule I say. It doesn't matter. I want you to see this. Every single one. And what's even crazier, the last one. Take a look at the last one. Because I had a talisman. It was a prediction. I had a feeling that that was the one you were going to end up with. Will you turn it over and show everybody? Isn't that bizarre? That is crazy. Give yourself a nice round of applause. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thanks. All right, so what'd you say?
That was really good.
Thank you so much. I wish you would have, maybe listened to my instructions when I told her 3 damn times, put the card face down in the actual, you like this? You want me to do this? No, I just want to do that. Then the other girl, remember, she was just like, you never said that. I've been saying it all the whole time.
Well,
From
in
the
their
beginning.
defense, it was nighttime at a bar.
And they were very drunk. Yeah,
Yeah.
the one was very, very drunk. Yeah. And that's a good point. I normally wouldn't do this effect for those people, but it is fun to kind of play into how long you can go with something like that.
Yeah.
And it is modular, so you can really pick and choose the phases. Okay. And this is, I'm using Marc cards. I'm using Paul Richards' beautiful talisman effect. I love this thing. I don't know who sells this anymore, but you can find it at your favorite magic dealers. I have a wallet here that I came up with that I use for peak in time for something else I came up with. So let me show you how this is set up first. So I've got the talisman thing. So when you buy a Richards thing, it comes with this, and it comes with like a black envelope with a magnet. Okay, so this is magnetic basically. So these pieces fit in there like that, right? And they're examinable. So. And then you take it out with a magnet, right? So it's great. So you have all of them. You have the star, you have the wavy lines, you have your square, you have your cross, and then you have your circle, right? So I came up with this. So this already has a magnet inside of it, right? So I put a little magnet here with blue tack, and I do it 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 is the circle, 2 is the lines. I'm gonna place that just like that, okay? 3 and 4, 3 goes there, and then this is already 4, or this is 5,
Yeah.
and that goes inside here. Our Zenner cards, which you can find at your favorite magic dealer, are marked cards, okay? And you'll get a 52 pack of cards. 26 are marked and 26 are not marked. You're gonna take 5 of those of the actual shapes. So we have our the same thing that matches over here. You're gonna take 5 of those that are not marked and place them off to the side. And then you're gonna find 5 that are marked. Now they're marked very interesting. Do you know where the marks are? It's so good. It's so good.
I see numbers.
Yes, where?
Let's see here.
Yep. What's that?
1,
2, 3, 4, 5. So they correspond with the how many marks are on the card. So 5, of course, would be your star. 4 would be your square. 3, of course, 3 wavy lines. 2, you have your cross or X, whatever. And then 1 is your circle, 1 single line. Okay?
Gotcha.
So the setup is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the mark cards. You put the exact same order for these cards. 3, 4, 5. And now you reverse them. So the mark cards are here, and these are here. You're going to place everything inside the wallet, and it fits nice and neat. You got a full routine right here. It's great. I love this thing. So I'm going to open this up, but I open it up towards myself, obviously, because exposure, you don't want that. I take the cards out. Now remember, these are the mark cards on this side, and I lay them down onto the table if I'm performing for somebody. I say, oh, also I have something else in here. We'll get back to that later. I love that little moment, right? We'll get back to that later. All right, place it off the side. I then explain what Zenner cards are. Most people do not know what these are. They don't understand that these cards were made to see if people have psychic abilities. They weren't made because people had psychic abilities. Dr. Zenner wanted to know if he had a test, somehow he could figure out a way if somebody was psychic. So he came up with these cards. Really great ideas, scientifically, beautiful. By the way, it's probably bullshit, but let's be real. All right. There's no Santa Claus. Easter Bunny's not real. Let's grow up, guys, okay? Let's be adults. So I came up with this routine just on the basis of, I wanted these extra phases, right? I always see these ESP routines, and they're very convoluted a lot of times, and you don't really understand what's happening. But if you go through this routine one at a time, very slowly, it really has a great impact. Even the girl that you saw still reacted. Great reaction. She was like, "How in the? I don't understand." Yeah. And this joker pulls a kernel out of his eye. I'm like, well, I'm done. What am I gonna do? Here's 3 coins. Watch them jump. So I explain what they are. And remember, these are my marked. These are my marked ones. So I explain what they are. Right. I say, I have 2 packs here. They're all the same. I'd like you to have, if you would. And I give them the marked cards. Okay. Right. I don't have the marked cards. I say, do me a favor, mix them up. So they now understand that these are just for the ability to see if they're psychic, right? And so that's what we're going to do. Now, again, this is modular, so the phases I'm about to do, you can switch them, you can take them in and out. I don't care what you do with them, okay? So mix them.
Can I ask something before? So what was
Absolutely.
the reason
So anyways.
what was the reason you placed the cards in order if we're going to shuffle them afterwards?
No, because it gives a nice little
a display.
a display of the cards.
Got it.
So these are the cards. Oh, by the way, I also have another.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Got it.
Yeah, which one's which? Yeah, there you go. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Cool.
absolutely.
So now it's this fair moment, right? Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Perfect. And I'll even do this. Here, we'll switch. That way you don't think that there's any collusion or anything. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. You give them back to them, obviously, so they get the marked cards again. So we're going to lay them out like a mirror, okay? We're going to see if you have psychic abilities. Now, if you get 1, come on, it's nothing, right? Anybody could get 1. The hotlines, 1-900, oh, it's going to rain, whatever. If you get 2, though, interesting. I wouldn't say you're psychic. Maybe chance, right? 3, teetering. 4, definitely have some sort of psychic ability. If you got all 5, go right now and play the lottery, because something's about to happen. You know what I mean? Yeah. So let's see how we do. So you mixed them up, yeah? I mixed mine up. We'll just lay them out, so mirror them out. So let's do it this way. How can we do this the best way? Mirror this way, yeah. So we'll go this way. So mirror this way.
Okay.
Yep, like that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so excited. Now, again, this is absolutely, you have no idea what's about to happen. This is really, I kind of want to see. The reason I want this in the trick, I want to see.
Yeah.
Because if you get it, end. If you got it the first time, if you got all 5 cards, end the damn trick right now. You're done. Put them away. That's crazy. You should go right now, right?
Yeah.
And also, you'll start to see little patterns. It's almost like the trick that can't be explained, right? The Vernon thing.
Yeah.
If you know enough about card magic, you can do a lot of different things with the outcomes, right? Same thing with this. So let's. I'm excited. Let's turn them over. Go ahead. Oh, dude, please let this happen.
That's great.
Wouldn't this be great if this is actually happening for the camera, dude? I'm so. I don't want to do anymore. I don't want to do anymore.
100% right now.
I don't want to do anymore. Okay, all right. Well, okay, so let's go back to pattern. Oh my gosh, 2. Well, that's kind of all right, whatever. Not so much. Let's see what this one. Oh, that's weird.
Oh.
So you see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the trick that can't be explained. Yeah. Like, oh, and they go, what the, right? That's even crazier. And if you can do some cold reading right now if you want to, you can just bullshit them. And of course, this one.
He's gonna match.
That's nuts,
great.
dude. Right? That's okay. You know what? I think we can continue now, and that's what I would say.
Yeah.
I think we
great.
continue now. They're like, what is happening? Right? Square them up. Let's do it again. God, that would have been so cool. So, anyways, so those little patterns might happen. And like the performance, when you saw the performance, there was this thing, right, where it was like, I think we got like one of them, something like this, right? It was this weird, where this one was here, and these were here, right? So you just looked at it and you're like, wow, you know what, that's kind of interesting. So you can just go through and say, okay, I think you got psychic abilities. At least we'll test it, right? So square your cards up. Oh, sorry, those are yours. I wouldn't say it's a spectator. Wait, yeah, those are yours.
That's what not to do.
You don't want to do that. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Oh, by the way, also, don't do this at nighttime at a bar with sunglasses on. I don't know if you noticed in the performance, but every time she'd lay a card down, I'd be like, that one? Cool, okay, good, that one. So this time, mix them up again. Mix them up again. We're gonna do something a little bit different though, okay? I want you to take so hold the cards like this towards you. So I say that to them, yep, up a little bit higher so I can't see. And obviously all I wanna do is I just wanna see what those numbers are. And just take anyone out, just take it out of the thing. So I know right now he has the 3, right? So he's got the 3 little wavy lines, right? But you don't tell him that obviously. So take one out, and I'll take one out too, and I take the wavy lines out. Turn these face down. Do you listen? Now, you're gonna put both hands behind your back, but you're going to take this one, turn it face up, and put it in the middle somewhere, so it's opposite of these cards, but anywhere in the middle. Ready? Okay. Go. Now, there's 2 outcomes at this point. It could that card could be exactly where I put mine, and you also we both have the same match, right? Because I know which card he had, right? So now I got my first hit. I already know it's going to happen, but it's fun if it's actually at the same place. And when you turn the cards over, the other cards could be in the same position. So you see where it's really interesting to go with these places. So I say, put it behind your back, Greg, and then turn them face up. Okay. Turn them face up, bring them out. Let's see how you did. That's not a match. All right, let's put those away. Oh, that's crazy, dude. That's crazy, dude. What? What? Put that aside, put that aside. What? That's not. Oh. Turn them over. That's bizarre, bro. That's great. And now there's this moment like, okay, what is really going on? And then the third phase is my favorite phase. Okay. Now again, we still have a moment here that hasn't even been explained yet, right? So this is going to kick their ass. Let's do it one more time. But this time, I'm not going to have control over anything. You're not going to have control over anything. We're going to put them away. And as I'm talking, I'm just going to put them in order, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's not. He's just going to be shuffling. So I put them in order. You could do a false thing, whatever. I wouldn't do that. There's no reason to. Place them in your pocket now. So now I have an index. So no matter where they're in my pocket, I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right? This goes into the pocket. And say, look, let's see if we can do this. Let's go with the full gusto at this point. I know, right? So what's going to happen, you're going to reach in your pocket, you're going to take one card out, you're going to lay it down. I'm going to reach in my pocket, I'll take one card out, but you go first. I want you to make sure I don't do anything funny. And obviously I am doing major things that are funny. So I know that's a 3. So I know where I'm facing, so I reach in, I just grab my 3, right? So I got an index. I go right there. It's like, oh, I'm kind of nervous about that. Okay, continue. And my hand's in my pocket already, by the way. So once I see what number it is, so there's my 4, so I go to 4. And this is fun. I love this little thing. Right? So that's my 5. So I know where my 5 is. That's the next one.
And he doesn't say this.
Yeah, no.
That's just going in on his.
Right, no, absolutely. And there's my 2. No, yeah, right. Boom, that goes there. And say, do me a favor though. The last one, let's just put it right over here. Let's put it right over there. Oh, by the way, I told you about this, didn't I? And now I know what that one is. That's going to be my talisman.
Got it.
So you see where this this builds up, right? So that's my circle, obviously. So I say, oh, I forgot to tell you what this is. Do you know what this is? Now, as I'm talking, obviously I need to get to the circle, right? So as I'm talking, I'm going to push this off the magnet, like so, and I'm going to push this up at the same time as I load. Got it. Close everything up. And I place that there. So good, right? I'm so excited. Let's see what happened. Oh my God. You go.
Want to do this
You
one?
say something.
Nah.
What? What? And now it's building.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, what? No way, no effing way. This is the, turn it over, obviously. Not that one yet, just turn over the cards. Boom, they turn over the cards. Everybody applauds, but wait. I had that in there before we started. What are the odds? Did you know you were going to pull this one out last? You could have pulled out this one. You could have pulled out this one, right? You could have pulled out any of them. And honestly, there's nothing else inside here. And so I'm just covering this.
Okay.
Right? Simple. There's nothing else.
Yeah.
Turn it over. They turn it over. And by golly, it matches. And you end right
That's
there.
beautiful.
Yeah.
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 cool, man.
Thank you. It's a worker, man. It's a worker.
I love too how you make them. They're doing it.
Very much so.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
You're not
really,
doing it.
it's
They're
hands
doing it.
off, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hands off. Yeah, like they think like there's no way that could have happened.
Yeah.
You go play the lottery right now. Yeah. One of my favorite little mentalism effects.
Yeah, and the good thing is, it also keeps you on your feet.
Very much so.
Because you have to look at what's going on
Yes.
so you can play with it, so
Yes.
it makes you present in the...
Yeah, because the presentation could change, and as the outcomes change, right? And so it makes you a better technician. It makes you a better performer in general. Yeah. And you just put everything back, and you can reset it whenever you want
Now,
to.
I do got a question.
Yeah.
Say one of these was one you had to flip.
Yes, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
So how would you?
So so there's my, so I go 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's say it's the, this one here.
Yep.
Right?
You need the X.
So I bring this out, and as I'm talking, I just pull this off.
Okay, so you just, well, you want to show them?
Yeah.
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 So again, this is all while you're talking.
So instead of sliding it up.
So I'd
and
pull
on.
this out, and then I just place this down, and then pull down, so. Now I've got that one. If I want this one, I come up this way, pull it out,
That's cool.
hand it to them. If I want to flip it around, the exact same thing. As I'm pulling this out and talking, I just pull this off as I hand it to them. So either way, yeah. Good question, man. Yeah.
That's great.
And what I love about this, look at that.
Hey,
It's
where'd you get
just-
this wallet?
China somewhere. I don't know.
That looks like a business card wallet.
It is a
I guess,
business card
right?
wallet, yeah.
So I guess if you just look for a business card wallet that closes
the
magnetically.
the hard kind, absolutely. I used to
Yeah.
sell these with my peak in time routine. But that's what I love about it. You have a probably 5 to 10 minute routine in your pocket, ready to go.
That's very
Inside
engaging
my-
as well.
Very much
Yeah.
so, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Love it.
Love
One
it
of my
too.
faves. Any other questions on that?
No, I think you explained everything well. The
Perfect.
first phase is pretty much just a playing around
Yeah.
phase, trying to see. Sometimes you'll get a hit, sometimes you won't. But
And I highly.
I do got a question.
Yeah.
What if when you're looking for the mark when they have them? What
Mm-hmm.
if they're covering them or whatever? What do you do to get them? in the
Reposition
position you
them?
need?
I make
okay.
it sound like I can see them. I said no, I don't want to see them. I don't want to see. I just move their hand.
Oh, okay.
Why
so you
not?
put it
Right?
down,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean there are puppets at that point, right? It's true that you're molding a performance around move. Don't be afraid to move people.
Yeah.
Don't because I think when you're performing anything and you're creating you're establishing a dominance thing, right? You have to be. That's what performers do. Actors do the same thing, right? So don't be afraid to touch people. Don't be afraid to move people. They're not going to go, oh, don't touch me. Oh, can you say, oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Because it makes them feel like they're going to see something different if they move over here, right? And so I think that's kind of important. Yeah, definitely.
audience management, that's great.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. So for this next one, Justin's about to show you. I seen it live at Magi Fest. Justin showed this thing to me, and it fried me. I had no idea how he did it, but I remember thinking as a magician that it had to be some kind of magnetic tic-tac or some kind of thread, something going on. And then he showed me the method. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, that's it? Like, this is so simple. This is so stupid. And then I remembered how much it fried me, though. And how much it was frying everybody that you were showing. They're like, do that thing, do that thing.
Yeah.
And I realized it was just the greatest little thing, man.
I really appreciate that, man.
It was so good.
Thank
so,
you
yeah,
so much.
You want to get into it?
Yeah, definitely. And actually, we did a live performance of it last night, so let's take a look.
Yeah.
This Tic Tac's magic. It's the only magic Tic Tac. Put it back inside for me.
With the top on.
Perfect. Who's the best shuffler of cards? I don't trust you with cards. You can't even. Come on. I room with that guy. There's so many cards on our fucking hotel floor, dude. Here, whatever your name was. Can you?
Thank you.
It's drunkenese. I don't know. Shuffle this for me.
Shuffle it.
Oh, like the Mexican shuffle. Nice. Yeah. Filipino.
Oh, I should probably shuffle it.
You're doing wonderful. You're doing wonderful. Here's what we're gonna do. See, magic. The wind. Anybody take out a card. It doesn't matter which one it is. Yeah.
Do I show you? We all
No.
take one out?
Just one. Just one person.
Rule of magic. Don't even show the camera.
Okay, got it.
You're gonna hold on to your card. Do you want me to find your card easy way or hard way? Cool. Say stop.
Stop.
Place it back. The card. Do you remember the card? Do not forget this card. Super important, okay? I want you to watch every move I do, because I do nothing. But I do it so well. We're gonna take 4 cards out. Any 4 cards. So if you would, just say stop somewhere. Right here? Do you have any idea what the 4 cards are on top of the deck? Okay. I'm gonna show them to you one at a time. 10 of clubs. I'm gonna bury a card. The King of Spades. I'll bury a card. And the, let's see, a 9 of diamonds. We'll bury a card. And then the 2 of spades. Fair enough? Perfect. Move that out of the frame if you don't mind. Now, don't tell me if your card is there. Obviously, your card's not your cards you have in your hand. But this tic-tac, I've trained it so well that it responds to touch. And you touched that card, didn't you? Yeah? Do you remember touching that card? Watch this. You can move those around if you want. You can switch places, whatever you want to do with the cards.
Hard way.
It's up to you. Do you want to move them around? Or do you want to keep them the way they are? Okay. You remember your card? Like, think of your card. You know what I mean? Oh, shit. Wait. Something happened right there. Something happened right there. That means your card wasn't the 2 of spades, it wasn't the King of spades, and it wasn't the 9 diamonds. It must have been the 10 of clubs. Would you shit if that's the 4 of clubs right now?
Wait, dead ass.
It's not. That would have been so cool, though.
That would have been dope, yeah.
So was it 10 of clubs?
No, it's 4.
I said it's a magic tic-tac, right?
No way.
So I was sitting at my house, giddy. I think that's the best way to just say it when you're, okay, seems like the right thing. And I was on the computer and I had this tic-tac box in my hand and I was doing something and all of a sudden the tic-tac jumped. And I was like, oh, what? And you know how like you create something and you're like, oh, okay, mirror time, right? Mirror. There's no way it's gonna work again.
Yeah.
There's
It's a
no
fluke.
way.
It's a fluke.
Total
Yeah.
fluke.
Yeah.
Did it again, like, oh.
Surely you can't do it 3 times.
Oh, what? 4th to 10, 12, oh. So I put it out as the amazing jumping tic-tac. And it was my ode to the flea circus,
Yeah.
right? The whole, the jumping fleas and everything. And I put it up for $10, man. It's a download, right? I just had like 3 or 4 routines with it, and that was it. And it was one of those things that you could say to yourself, okay, I'm gonna put it out, but then this has gotta been done before. Somebody had to come up with this. And you know, we know a lot of magicians and famous magicians in this little business we call show. And I was waiting for phone calls, you know what I mean? Like, hey man, that's funny, you know, I'm like, ah, shit, you know, all right, cool, totally agree, whatever. I get a phone call. So I was about to go out. I wanted to celebrate because in my head, it was one of those moments like, oh, I want to show everybody this goddamn thing. And I get a phone call. I see Chad Long. You know Chad. Chad's a genius magician, creative guy.
He's great.
Brilliant mind. Love that man so much. And I see that, and I'm like, he came up with it. Because he bought it. He had bought it, you know. And I remember seeing the PayPal receipt, and I was like, shit. And my heart is just, this is horrible. No, give me one more. Just before I die, it's good. And because you know, as a creator, you go, after you create something, you go, I don't know where the next one's going to come from. I don't know. You get writer's block, right? You're like, oh, right? And this was one of those moments where I just had something very beautiful. Again, happy accident, like Papa Paul would call it, you know. And he goes, hey, what's up, man? I was like, hey, what's up, dude? How you doing? What's going on? Please don't say that you're, you know.
Pull the Band-Aid off.
And he goes, yeah, exactly. He goes, hey man, I just bought your tic-tac thing. And he goes, man, I got to tell you something though. I'm like, fuck. He goes, dude, you've created a lot of stuff, but this is the greatest thing you've ever created. I'm like, oh, yes. He said, I sent it to Michael Weber. I'm like, oh, this is so good. And I'm thinking, oh, Weber's gonna say it's fucking somebody's from like 30 years ago, right? And Weber loved it, and he had ideas with it. And Chad's like, yeah, we're coming up with ideas. He's like, dude, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And then from there, Gregory Wilson, Marc Salem, Chad Long, Michael Weber, myself, we put this whole thing together. And so this is, we call it Reactic now. Actually, we'll take this out. Ooh, who put a jar here? No one needs a jar. So this is a happy accident. This little Tic Tac, this little box. It's ridiculous. Check it out. Check it out. Make sure there's no electronics. Make sure it's just a Tic Tac. There's no magnets. There's nothing. But this is the craziest thing. Watch this.
This is great.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
I love it.
Right? Again, so I was at the computer and I was just doing something like this, and all of a sudden what was that? Alrighty. Again, mirror time, right? It's so right. It's one of the it's that moment, right? It's that moment. Good boy, good boy, good boy. Showed it to Paul. And so even Michael Weber.
Why were you playing with one Tic Tac?
We don't need to talk about my life that way. We just need to continue the magic lecture. Michael Weber gave me a great quote for it. This is the greatest quote I've ever gotten for a magic trick. He said, if Martin Gardner was alive today, he would probably put this in the encyclopedia of magic. It's that good. I'm like, wow, that's a huge endorsement. And it's just fun to do.
Wow. Yeah.
Right? All it is, dude. Oh, you ready? This is the greatest thing. So, put Tic Tac in. It looks like you close everything up top, but of course you're keeping this open just a little bit right there. And just like you're doing a coin move, you're gonna put this finger in front so it hides everything. This goes here, and you're just gonna push down on the top. Vibration causes it to jump. I know.
Great.
You want to do the?
Yeah. And so there's a lot of things you can do with it. You can do, if you like electric touch,
Yeah.
get it from your favorite magic dealer, right? Yagao, I mean. So if you have electric touch, you can have them touch the finger. So here, we'll do it this way. So as soon as it touches.
That would be so cool.
So they feel the electricity, and it's like, what the, you know what I mean? Great moment, right? So let me show you how to make one first, okay? So you take your Tic Tacs, take an X-Acto knife, really nice, be careful. Go right down the line, okay, of the top. And pull, and then get diabetes. This isn't even part of the Tic Tac thing, but as far as the jumping Tic Tac, Reactic. But this is always fun to do. So already have one in your mouth like this. Show Tic Tac. Yeah, you do something like that. It's an easy thing to do. Another thing, if you get a little bit of double stick tape on the side here, you can put like 4 or 5 white ones in here. This is Chad Long's idea. And put a red one in the tape. And then take a lighter as you're holding it. And as you light it, you do the thing. And it looks like one just turns red. Really nice idea. But for the simplest thing, obviously, you know, you can't beat this part.
Yeah.
This can't. So again, real quick, goes inside. You act like you put everything together. You're just holding that little bit off, about less than a half inch actually. Finger goes in the front. Oh, this is important too. If you try different areas, you can see there's no bounce to that, right? Because the thumb, and because all the pressure is going on this side, so it shoots it up. So when you have your thumb here, you don't want it all the way here. You want it really at the edge here. So you get this really clean moment, right? Another thing you can do with it, you can go from the side, like so. No, you can't. hold on. So it goes, I have to go to the bottom there. So if you hold it here, it can jump that way. So you can cause it to jump different ways, okay?
Yeah.
So let me show you some of the routines, though, you can do with this. That's gonna take way too long.
You can take the lid off and
Oh, yeah.
1 minute.
I'm an idiot. Sometimes the simplest ideas, right? Make a tic-tac jump, but you can't put them back in. Nicely done. So, here's one of my favorite little things. Again, I love the idea of magician messing up and stuff. So I have cards taken out. I shuffle them, mix them up. Do you know what this is, sir?
TikTok.
It looks like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a magic tic-tac.
How come?
I'll show you.
Okay.
Make sure, though, there's nothing, like there's no electronics. That's important. I say that weird, but there's no magnets or
Yep.
anything. Nothing like that. Cool. Perfect. Place this back. Oh, take out a card for me if you would. Perfect. Show everybody. Got the card. Say stop.
Stop.
Place it back. How far down, roughly guesstimation, would you say the cards are? Or your card is?
22.
22 cards down. Perfect. I'm going to show you some cards. Don't tell me if I got your card yet. I'm just kind of curious at this point. You know what I mean? So we'll go with the Ace of Diamonds. We'll burn a card. 6 of Clubs. We'll burn a card. 3 of Clubs. We'll burn a card. And we'll use the... I was watching your eyes the whole time because I want to see... I'm kind of interested here. So I think we're going to use this tic-tac to try to find your card. One of these cards, don't tell me if I'm right or wrong, but one of these cards I think is your card, okay? So I'm going to pass the tic-tac over the cards, okay? And hopefully something might happen, right? Think of your card right now. You got it? Mm-hmm. Okay. Say it out loud in your head. Don't say it out loud, okay? Mm-hmm. Just like think about it. You know what? Okay, that was weird. That was a little strange. So it reacted over there. So it's not the 6 of Clubs. It's not the 3 of Clubs. And it's not 9 of Clubs. It must have been the Ace of Diamonds. No. That wasn't your card? No. Oh, I said it was a magic tic-tac. There's a reason why. Go ahead. And of course, I turn the card over, and it's their card. So it's the magician messes up type thing, but you're using a tic-tac, right? So it's a nice little thing. So all you're doing is you're doing a double turnover to show the wrong card. That's it. So have the card selected, put back in the deck. So I have another card selected. And I just do a pass. So I'm just going to dribble the cards from the back, like so. And as I square up, I'm going to get my break, like this. And as I turn, that's when I do the pass and dribble, okay? So the economy of motion works at this point, right? The bigger motion covers the smaller motion. So again, if that's the card, I've got my side step there, square up, and as I turn, I'm gonna do it slow. As I turn, that's when I do my pass and square, and like so, okay? That's very slow. So this is what it looks like in full speed though. And here's exactly what you should say. So how far do you think your card is? Like how far down in the deck do you think, roughly? And then whatever, and you pass it to the top, okay? A couple things I want to talk about and pass real quick. I think a lot of people do it wrong, and it's unfortunate because a lot of the books taught us wrong, and it really is unfortunate. The pass is taught like this in books, and this is the wrong way to do it. Here's how it's taught. Ready? That's how it's taught. It's a pulling motion, right? That's how we're taught. Krenzel did it that way. I'm sorry, Ken Krenzel has the worst pass I've ever seen in my entire life. It just looks like he's, I don't know what he's doing, dude. It was a nightmare. I'm like, that is ridiculous. The reason why people do it wrong, one, because it was taught wrong, but because they've gotten to this notion that you're pulling and pulling away and then adding it to it, right? And that's not what's really happening. Imagine there's a thread between these two halves, right? There's a thread. You don't want to break that thread. So if you were to pull, you break the thread immediately, right? Mm-hmm. But if you were to pivot, so now these are loose, these are very loose on top, right? You can now pivot, and it gets you a faster pass too, because the cards get to the top faster, right? So you're pivoting, you're not pulling. So you're not going like this. You're grabbing from the back here, so you can see. And you're going to hold right on the thumb here, and this is going to grab right on the bottom packet here. And now these fingers are super, super loosey-goosey, like super loosey-goosey, so you can really like manipulate them.
Loosey-goosey.
Super loosey-goosey. So you're here, and now you're going to pivot up like this. So see how the bottom cards are manipulating the top cards instead of pulling. Pull, and also when you pull, you have more to cover, right? But when you lift up, you don't have more to cover. My hands are kind of sweaty, but you don't have more to cover. You're just pivoting up. So if you use that same principle while you're turning, they can't see anything. There's nothing to see, and you're also. They say don't call out the past, right? I say bullshit, dude. Call it out. Like tell them. That's why I say, oh, how far down do you think it is roughly? Right? You're showing them right then and there. But the dribble, right? So it's a dribble pass and a turning motion at the same. Oh, that was horrible. So as I'm sitting, so it's a dribble pass and a turning motion at the same time. And you got your card. Okay. I've been crazy if that was 5 hearts still. So the card's down on top. Your card's 5 of clubs down. Okay. So the card's on top. You say, I'm going to show you a couple cards. Don't tell me if your card is the right card or not. I'm just going to try to take some guesses. As I'm saying that, I get my break under the top 2 cards. Turn over, look in his eyes. Don't tell him what I'm doing. I just look in his eyes. Turn over again. Bury the card. So I just buried the 10 in the middle. This is now the real card, right? Look in their eyes again. It goes there. Bury the card. I don't, what's this is? I don't know. I'm kind of getting a feeling here. Okay. Don't tell me if one of these cards is yours yet. I don't know for sure, but we're going to see if the Tic Tac can actually help us out here, right? So I've already set the Tic Tac up. I'm in this position, right? Ready to rock and roll. So I just do a couple times over, acting. And I like this moment. While I'm talking to them, it happens.
Yeah.
I don't like the moment where everything's silent and then this happens. Gregory Wilson disagrees with me. Don't care. I think it's better. I love him to death. He's my brother. I don't care. I think he's completely wrong on this. I think you even felt it when I'm talking to you and you hear me, and then all of a sudden you hear this click.
Yeah. See, my issue with that, I'm gonna be honest, is if I'm here, all I can do is hear it. I can't see.
That's okay though. I said it was. I just said it was going to react. The Tic Tac's going to react.
Yeah.
Obviously, I came up with this idea to make it jump in the beginning, but I like this. I like this as I'm talking. Say, okay, so you do remember your card.
Got it.
Because it breaks the silence now. You're like, wait, what? You know what I mean? Something happened.
So you don't need that visual.
Not for this point.
Gotcha.
I think it's because also you're getting caught off guard. You're in the middle of a sentence
Very much
and you
so.
stop yourself.
Exactly.
So, as much as it's surprising to them, it's surprising to you, which solidifies the fact.
And here's the other thing. It's going to be a dual reality thing because other people are going to be watching the Tic Tac.
Yeah.
So that's what happened with me. I was looking at the Tic Tac.
Okay. So here's what could happen then. So then you it reacted, but then you're like, that fucking thing jumped.
Yeah, jump. Okay.
And you're
And
like,
you get a
what?
conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Now if you're doing one-on-one, maybe the visual aspect, right? Maybe the silence all the way through, and then
Here's another
that
thing you could
moment.
do. You could be talking, but not talking to him. So you could be talking at the Tic Tac. I don't know what's going on.
Very
We're not
much
getting,
so.
and then out of nowhere, you get the.
I like that. Okay.
That way, his focus is also on the Tic Tac.
I used to do it this way. I used to go, what's that? No, you know what I mean? I would go, okay. All right. What's
It's
it?
a good thing you don't do that.
No.
Yeah.
So good. I'm happy you don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, we stop right there and then turn it over, obviously. And then
Another
reveal.
thing I noticed,
Yeah.
something small, but you
Yeah,
might want to
please.
mention, is when you put the cards down, you put the second one down first, and then you came back.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and that kind of fried me the first
Yeah.
time because wait, he put.
Yeah.
And I was like, did he do 2? Did he do a false turn?
Right.
Right.
And
No.
like
Yeah.
That also got me.
Okay.
Yeah. I was wondering how you got it here.
Yeah, because I thought it was the first.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you notice I don't go like this, bury a card, and then keep going this way.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I do it for that reason.
Exactly.
So here, bury a card, put it this way. Then I go here. They're like, so now the.
But you're talking, yeah.
Exactly.
And
you thought it was this way. You're like,
Yeah, I thought it
yeah.
was going down the
there
line.
3
Yeah.
doubles in this motherfucker? Right. Exactly.
You want to explain to them what we're talking about?
No.
'Cause we're just, we're just all.
Yeah.
We get it. In case you didn't.
Yeah, come on. You amateurs. No, that's a really good point. The fact that, and I'll tell you where I kind of came up with this idea. who was it? Who was the cardistry guy? Not Devo, the other guy.
Jeek?
Nope.
Buck Twins?
No.
Long name.
The other guy. Yeah, long name.
Long,
Yeah,
I
so
can't
you know what I'm
remember.
talking about.
I know exactly who you're talking about, but I don't remember his name. Yeah.
Beast cardistry.
Yeah,
He
has
has
a book
he
like
has this
this.
great. No,
I'm naming all the.
I'm the best, man. Everybody tell you.
I could love Tudor.
Tutor.
Tudor's the best.
It starts with a K or
I can't remember his name, but I know exactly who you're talking
Yes,
about.
but he was the teacher of people like Tudor and people like Jeek and all this other stuff. But he has a great routine, and this is the displacement happens. He has a great routine where he shows the card, puts it in the middle, and then puts these cards around it, right? And he has you put your finger on the middle card but closes your eyes. You close your eyes, and he walks away. He fucking walks away. And when you open your eyes, there's no card. You lift your hand up, there's no card there. And when you turn around, it's on his forehead. What? What happened?
Wow.
What happened? It's crazy because you have your finger on that card. It's not letting go. When you lift it up, it's gone. And there's nobody around you. So Tony Chang showed me that. It's great. And I was like, okay, well, how else could I use that same kind of idea? So with this, you're doing the exact same thing. Instead of going in an order, you're going the opposite, right? So right, left, right, left, right, left, that kind of thing. And it's like you said, it's a disillusionment, if you will, of the situation that's happening, right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah. Cool. Anything else?
Yeah, no, I think it's great.
Oh,
I do
cool.
have.
Yeah, please.
I do have. Obviously, it would be making it into a gimmick, so you would have to have a magnetic piece. But then, if you do that blue tack thing you have, and you have a magnet here, once you do the move, it'll stick to the magnet, and the red will show.
Yeah, Illusion has put that
So,
up.
Okay.
With somebody else.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah. No, I showed it to the guy who. I showed it to the guy. You can get into it. I showed it to the guy, somebody who bought Reactic, and then he came up with a whole different thing, like you just said.
Okay.
And he showed it to me. I'm like, yeah, you know, whatever. It's gimmick though.
Yeah.
You know, this is not gimmick. And
Yeah.
he's like, all right, I won't put it out. And then 3 months later, they put it out. So that was fun. So yeah, but yeah, it's already out there like that.
No, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He also has a big tic tac that jumps out or something. I don't know, something like that. Any other questions on this little son of a gun? Crazy, right? Silliness.
Yeah, I think it's incredible.
Absolute
And there's so many
silliness.
uses for it.
There really is, and you can use it as a like a talisman, or you can use it as a pendulum type thing. So as you pass objects over things. Another Weber idea. This is a great idea. Borrow objects, 4 objects, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 keys, wallet, phone, whatever, right? And it's you basically know which object they touch on the basis of how you lay the objects out. So what you do is you lay. Let's say we lay out a thumb tip, a card, a pen, and a stack of money, right? But you lay them out, right?
Okay.
So let's say I lay these out like this, I lay this like this, so these are all straight, right? I know they're all straight. And I turn around and I say, pick one up, and you pick one up, and then put it back, just feel it, and then put it back down. Almost every single time, if they pick up this one, it's gonna be a totally different position. This is going to be a totally different position. This will be a totally different position, right? Totally different position. So you know which one it is. Weber's idea is move the tic tac around now, right? You get this great moment. You don't know how would you know, right? And then it just boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And then you were saying something about who was saying something about the what else can you put in there, right? Like the billets. Yeah. This is really good. We'll use this piece of tissue paper. So me and Marc Salem came up with something really, really special. And I put this out as a download. I love Marc to death. He's just been always a good supporter of mine. I really appreciate him. So you have double stick tape. This is my idea here. You have double stick tape across here. You have 4 billets, 1, 2, 3, 4 here, okay? And then you have 1 billet already inside. And on the billets are the Zen shapes, right? And so there's 1 billet inside. And so you come out, you have the Zenner cards, you lay them down, and you don't need the marked ones at this point. You just do the regular ones. Boom, 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 boom. They look at a card, they mix it up. They pass, remember you have all the other ones right here, 4 of them. They pass the cards near the billet, right? And as they get to it, it jumps, right? So let's say the billet is a circle, but I have a star in here, right? I know where my circle is. I would just pull this down, open this up, I dump both out, hold this one, hand it to them. It's the exact same billet that they stopped at for the cards.
Yeah.
Great idea, Mark. Yeah, great idea. So yeah, you can put billets in here, you can put bills, you can put, coins won't work, they're too heavy. But something small, just anything small, you can get it to jump, right? And a little bit more density, this will be able to jump a little bit more, but it's tissue paper, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I love it. I think it's a great idea, and I also love using it with electric touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where were we? We were in Vegas at the Griffin, right? That idea, right? Hey, found home. So I put it on an effect called Legend. This was put it out with Cosmo Magic, actually.
Yeah.
Big seller, huge thing. But it was a box, and I love the effect. Don't get me wrong. $100 bill, place it inside with a card, and you say, look, if I don't get the card, you'll get the $100 bill, no question, okay? Then you have a card named, right? They just name a card. And basically you just come over, you reach in, take the bill, take the card out, nothing's here. You say, look, if it wasn't the card, you get the bill, turn it over, and it's the card. Very simple, very straightforward. And then I was like, okay, I don't want to use the box anymore. You know, I want to really, how do I streamline this? Because whenever I create something, I always create at least 3 or 4 new variations of it just because I'm trying to work out things, right? Like I just want to see what I can do with it, where I can stretch this to, right? And so I was like, okay, get rid of the box. So what are we left with? We're left with a card and money. But I don't want to just use one bill and money, or one bill and a card. That doesn't make real sense, right? Just whatever. So I came up with this little interesting thing. It's called the Legend. So this is, I feel, the best version of that original effect, okay? So we did a performance of the Legend last night. Let's go check that out right now. Your card's a little different. Your card's a little different. Because I have a bet with your card, okay? There's a bet here. There's some money here, okay? You get this money. Whatever happens, I can't figure this out, okay? So do me a favor, sign your name on the card. All right. Anybody? Good? Alrighty. Sign your name on the face of the card. That's the opposite of the back. Yeah.
You see it?
It's okay. It's up to you.
Oh, I see.
Totally up to you. Perfect. Hand it to her if you would. Wonderful. Can you hold it your hands flat for me, face up? The other way. Yeah, actually over here for me. Like come this way. But stay right here. Don't move. Don't move. Take this hand very slowly and just hover it, just like that. Perfect. Stay right there. Perfect. Who has the card? Perfect. You're gonna do me a favor. You're gonna say stop anywhere you like. Right here? What card do you think this is?
Do I have to say it?
Yeah, out loud. It's easier than mailing it to me. Queen of Hearts, ladies and gentlemen. Nope, 5 of Hearts. You are a horrible magician. However, I think I can try something here. Watch this, watch. Hold it. I'm gonna try to make that piece actually go through your hand. Hold over here, hold over here, hold over here, hold over here. Lift up, let's see the piece with it. Oh shit. That didn't. Fuck. Do we have time to do it? What time is it? Do we have time to do this? What time is it? Oh, wait a minute, 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 wait a minute.
What?
Does it match? Does it match? That's weird.
Yeah, that is.
That's bizarre. Put the card back in the deck. Remember the hard way,
Were you
right?
watching that card the entire time?
Were you? You're paying attention, right?
I'm gonna leave my hand.
Do me a favor, just touch a card for me. Anyone you like. That one, right? Take it out. Anyone. Let's see what you got. Did you get your card?
No, I didn't.
Ooh, that would have been cool, right? I'll find it one-handed, though. I'll find it one-handed for you. Ready? One-handed. You know what this is called?
Huh?
You know what this is called? Years of misspent youth. Get a job. Fuck you. All right. I know, right? One-handed. Here we go. Say stop.
Stop.
One card. And you signed yours, yeah?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't say which hand. I just said one-handed.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Wow, that was good.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks, bro.
You did it wrong club, but he already had it.
You weren't paying attention? Nobody was paying attention? Were you paying attention? Were you paying attention the whole time?
I think so.
Yeah. Hold the deck. Go through the cards. Just face up. Go through the cards.
Your name is on that card, I swear to God.
What am I looking for?
The card. Take it out for me. Yeah, you signed it. What did you sign? 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock.
Oh, his name?
Yeah. Do you have any idea how much money is here, by the way?
No, $10.
It's your lucky day, bro.
I don't see it.
It's not there. There's a reason why I saw it. There's a reason why. Hold out your hand. I've had this card here the whole time. Just hold on to it. Hold on to it. You could have had 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, I'll tell you what. We'll count them in your hand. Let's see what we got here. Oh, see, there was more. I told you. I wasn't kidding. Hold out your hand for me. That's 1, 20. Count them out loud.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You could have $30. I put that there before we started. Remember I said I tried to find it the hard way?
Yep.
Take a look.
What the hell?
I'm so happy.
That's good.
Oh, thanks, man. I really
good.
appreciate it. You guys are making. So as you can see, that was the guy that you did the deck tear with.
Yeah.
Yeah, great guy.
Yeah.
I love you. Like he looks way bigger than me. Watch this.
That was fun.
My favorite part. I know we'll get this in your lecture, but my favorite part is when he was tearing. He was like, "Let me see your cards." You're like, "All right, here, take them." Like, oh shit! What the? He had no clue what was going on. It's so good. And so I did this for that group. Really fun effect. This is. Whenever you want to do like a card to impossible location type thing, this would be the effect to do. This is an ending type thing. So I'll go into just the mechanics of what it is and how to get into it. It's a very simple gimmick that's set up around some bills. That's all it is. Take half a card, split it down the center. You'll put double stick tape right here to stick those, and then you got double stick tape right there, okay? That's all. Excuse me, that's all the gimmick is, very simple. And then you use other bills, and you want to make sure that there's more than just ones, because it builds that little situation. Because remember, in the beginning, for Legend, it was a $100 bill. It's already there, right? It's already built in. But here, I want to have more. So I usually have 2 20s and 10 ones, right? So, because I always tell them, I say, look, when I bring this out, like this, I put a band around it, and I say, we're going to try something a little bit later. I'm going to see if this is an interesting thing. By the way, there's more money in there than it looks. So if this works in your favor, you're going to get all of this, and there is more than just ones, and it kind of builds that whole thing, right? I like to do it, as you can tell from the performance, I did it in a way where I have a card selected, I had it signed, I did a whole routine with it, right? I honestly don't like to do it that way. I don't like to do it that way. I like to do it just like Legend, right? Name a card, come over here, take it off, hold on to that. You could have won this. They open it up, it's the card. Right. Very simple thing. So that's how I present it. You need all the cards in order to do this, obviously, because I have to name a card, right? So you would name a card?
Jack of clubs.
Jack of clubs. So I'd look for the Jack of clubs, look for the
Jack.
Jack of. Yeah, I know. Look for the Jack of clubs. I don't see a Jack of clubs here. Do you have another card you'd like? And all I did there is I just called the card as I found it. And this is just something I've done for many, many years. I've never taught this before, though. So as I'm going through, I necktie the deck. As soon as I get to the Jack of clubs, I'm going to call that card, but it's a weird thing. I'm going to call it down like this, so you don't see the finger movement.
Gotcha.
So now I'm going through. It's
And now they can also see now.
exactly.
Yeah.
And now I'm going through. It's behind there, and I go, oh, Jack. No, this is Jack of spades. It's king of no. And that looks like this is the top card, but I'm really putting the top on top, right? Square it up. Do you have another card you'd name? And as I'm talking, I'm going to do either a one-hand top palm, or I'm just going to palm the card, okay? If they're not watching, just palm the card. Who cares? Who cares? Just if you can get away with it, get away with it, right?
Yeah.
People are like, oh, your technique needs to be. It doesn't need to be that. You and I work in the real world, right? We know that that's not the case.
Right.
If you find that moment, just go for the moment, right? So once I get to this position, here, you shuffle the cards for me. And then I go right into Gregory Wilson's pit stop, which is a great way to Mercury card fold. I just, every time I saw Sankey or anybody do it this way, it just was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wilson's idea is so beautiful, and with his permission, I teach it. So as you're coming here, I'm standing and I just move my hand like this, okay? It's a very casual thing, like you're thinking. And as you're doing that, you're going to fold this card with one hand into a Mercury card fold. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's why this is sideways, by the way, or it's a side step. Pause like this and say, oh, did you find it? And now I'm clean. I'm totally clean. So great, right? So great.
So good.
Did you find it? Jack clubs wasn't there?
Nope.
You named the only card that wasn't there. Congratulations. Nicely done. Put the cards back in the box. And then they put the cards back in the box. And then they're like, well, that's a stupid trick, right? And then as they're putting the cards in the box, I grab it again, okay? Also, I don't know if I can do it here because of the shirt, but when I'm wearing a jacket, hopefully I can do this here. When I'm wearing a jacket, the jacket acts like a little slide. So if I go here and I open up, I can drop it. I don't know if I can do it with this shirt. Hopefully I can. No, can't do it.
Close.
Yeah, was it close?
Close. Yeah. Yeah, maybe 3 inches.
Jacket's so much better, but let's see. Fucker. Okay, don't do that then. But if you have a jacket, it's good. If you don't, you just come here and then come back down. Now, when I come back down like this, after the cards, I said, no, put the cards back in. Yep, back inside. And now I just lay my hand here, okay? Don't be afraid to do these things. I see so many people like, what do I do with my hand? Nothing, calm down. Nobody knows what you're doing. Relax, dude. Here, and then sometimes as I'm coming down, I'll put it into a palm position so I can have my hands open. Right?
Okay.
And I can pause like this too. I like that, right? Oh, I apologize. Yeah. Pause. I now pick it up with this hand. I come underneath and I load it. Okay. I used to do it this way. I used to take off the band like this. I say, how much money do you think is here, by the way? How much money do you think is here?
$10.
Whatever they say, okay. And then we get back to it, and I can put it off to the side now. So I've loaded that. If I want to just set it aside again, so I'm not ready for the effect, but I've got that loaded now, right? So now I can go into coins, I can do minces and whatever. I'll say, oh, by the way, remember this card here? Take this off. I'm telling you right now, it's just one of those things that works. You're just going to take it off like that. That's all you're going to do. No reason to get crazy. You know what I mean? No reason to go like that. It's just, you know, you're not Paul Harris. Relax. So it's just there you go. It's like the double, right? It's like the double. It's stupid. Yeah,
Wow.
it's crazy.
That looks incredible.
Thank you. Yeah, it's the hands. So the key to this is making sure thumb stays here, fingers underneath. You're going to move the bill. You're not going to move your fingers or your hands. So you're moving the bill away from it. And notice how everything stays stationary. It's just ridiculous. The retention of vision is stupid, dude.
You have to notice also how natural and slow you're doing it.
Very much so.
So do it quickly so you see so they can see the difference.
Yeah. So if you were to do it quickly, if you do that, it's
fishy.
It's a little fishy. So as you're here, you said, look, this has been here the whole time. You said how? you said. Here, hold on to that, just like that. Now let's see exactly how much you could have won. And I say I could have. And then I open everything up, and I usually have like I forgot to talk about that, but I usually have wherever this separation is, I fold it over this way and then this way. So now when I'm in this position here, I can just lift up here and then open up easier. They say, now this is my favorite part. Open up your hand. Let's count out loud.
20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You could have $30. Now look, everything's in their hand. The gimmicks on top. Who cares? They're not going to do anything. $30. I even do that. Who cares? $30. I told you could have it if not. What was the card? They turn it over. And of course you get your jack clubs.
So good, man.
That's beautiful.
What I love about this is that there's a moment where you show the cards not in the deck. And it's very, very fair. Because you go through, no, I can't find it. Here, you take the cards, you go find it. But then you're just doing all the dirty work at this point. And don't do this. Nobody stands like this unless you're angry for some reason. Don't do this. Unless you do that one, what was that? Saturday Night Live? Every time I get nervous, I just do this. Smile. Don't do that. You want people to like you, not hate you. So now, saying all that, there's another way to do it, and this is kind of interesting. This is just something I toyed around with. What was it before? Yeah, it was here. So, okay. Again, just a toying around idea. So it was, it was here. Pick it up here. You've checked everything out. Open this up. How much money do you think is here? And as I say that, there's my little break, right? So I get in there. How much, oh, that's not my break, sorry. I didn't do it before properly, I apologize. There we go. So we're in this position. So you should be able to open up kind of easy, right? So you're, sorry, there we go. So by holding it here, you can see it open here, right? And so now what's great is oh no, is this the other side? I can't remember, hold on. I did this before. Oh, that's right, I apologize. Go backwards. This is what happens, my brain's stupid, dude. I have so many ideas in my freaking head. So you don't load it yet. Forget everything I just said about what I just said. All right, so this is actually really cool. So you don't load it. It's still in your hand like this, right? Open it up here. Now you come underneath, grab here, right? This is great. Now load it here. Let me show you why. This is really cool. You can now close it. Oh, sorry. You can close it now as you're talking, and you can show front and back at this point. When you're ready to do the reveal, you thought the other part was cool. When you're ready to do the reveal, you can show both sides. You can show both sides now. Isn't that great? So now you can really mess with people because now they just see one card on the bill. You reach over, you take it out, you hand it to them. You're in this position again. You open everything up. You count everything onto the table or into. I would do it on their hand, honestly. On the hand's the best part. And don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. They don't know that there's a card stuck to this bill, right? You didn't feel anything, right? And you have all these other bills anyways, right? At this point. And then, of course, they open it up. Oh, I apologize. That sucks. And then there you go. Yeah. So that's the legend. Thank you so much.
That's great.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's really streamlined now. I'm really happy with it. I'm really, really happy with it. It's built in this way, like it's just. And who doesn't like a pile of money?
I want to try this move.
Please, yeah, you do it.
So this
See,
is
Eric
here.
Ross doing it for the first time.
And I'm just.
Yeah, so you're here.
Okay.
So you're going to be in this position.
Yep.
Here.
Yep.
To there.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, it looks so good. Yeah,
That's
go,
it?
yeah, go slower, go slower.
camera, do the camera.
Yeah,
Let's see.
that looks so good, dude. Do it again.
Okay.
I
I love it,
So
man.
good, dude. Now put it in the middle. Put it in the middle so you can show front and back.
Where's the middle? Okay.
Where's the middle?
All right. Show front.
So you can
and
show
back.
front and back very clean, and then no. So this for this one, you're gonna show front and back very clean at this point, right? And you'll be talking, right? That's why you put the bill and all that stuff. Front and back very clean. You're gonna hold on tight as you push down, and that opens up this.
Okay.
As it opens up this, it looks like you're just going to grab the card, but you're coming from the center and grabbing the card from the center as you pull out. Okay. You guys are gonna start doing this. I'm telling you, it's so good. And it's built-in mystery. You're bringing out a pile of money with a card on
Oh
it.
wow. And you want to get in the center of the card?
Yeah, but
or
you want to
get
come
the
this
whole
way.
thing?
So
The
thumb on
thumb on
top.
top.
Thumb's
Oh,
on
yeah.
top. Nope, you're gonna hold on to this way, like
Oh,
this.
okay.
Thumb's gonna be on top here, and you're gonna grab the card with these fingers underneath.
Okay.
So
like
this.
this.
Yeah, like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So it's here.
That look great. Look wonderful. And you're showing front and back clean both times.
Oh god, it's so killer.
Yeah.
Man.
That's beautiful.
Why
It
not?
is.
Why do you don't need those boxes anymore? You don't need the mystery
thing,
boxes.
yeah,
Look, I
man.
love John Cuny. Don't get me wrong, okay? But who cares? A freaking. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry you want to shit on your people, but it's props are so only needed if you don't have the ability to entertain someone with your own personality. That's why props are needed. I have this box. Why do you have a box? I'm sorry. Well, who was the guy who put out the big? When David Regal put out that freaking huge box
Crystal.
with one card. That's all that was in that big box.
Well, Jinkles were a thing back then.
Oh, well, sure. That's a good point, I guess. And then what? David Penn put out the clear thing, the crystal thing, and then who else do we have? I mean, there was a huge splurge of crystal boxes out of nowhere, right?
Yeah, there's a couple elements I
360
love
one,
too. I
Yeah,
love
that's right.
when I watched it last night, like the count, for example.
Yes.
When you're like, 1, 2, 3, 4.
And you get to the 20.
And it's like,
Oh,
okay.
all right.
Okay, yeah. And then it,
Yeah. And I usually just put 2 20s in there.
Because even I was like, what if he fucks? He's gonna have to give all that money away. There's a 20 now. Now we're talking money.
Right. And I'm like, oh shit, okay, it wasn't just once. Yeah.
It also looks like you're seeing every bill front and back
Very
the way
much
you're
so.
displaying
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Because I
Yeah,
remember
and
doing
then
the performance, I thought you
You know what's
stole it.
funny?
Yes.
I used to do that. I used to just cover it like this. So I'd go 20, count out loud with me if you would. Yeah, cool.
In my magician
So I
brain,
used to do that.
I was like, I don't remember it, but
Right.
I must have missed the ditch because I seen him go nowhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is great because your hands are empty at this
Yeah,
point, and
yeah.
like you just put the bills down. Like, what just
Like,
happened?
yeah, I
Yeah.
must have missed it.
Yeah. No, you didn't. It's right here.
That's great.
It's hiding.
Oh, so good.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thank you
I
so
know
much.
that this is not important because we already said that if it lands on top, there's no problem. But if somebody's afraid, I guess they can count. And once there's like 4 left, you can just spread them. So now it'll be 4
Sure.
from the top.
If you
instead.
want to, yeah. If you're
Yeah.
scared that for some, and you know, it's one of those things you just got to do it. But you can do that. You can go 1, 2, 3, and then count, and then you can go this way, right?
Yeah.
And then just load it back here, and then place them down or whatever you want to do. Yeah.
Not necessary.
Not necessary.
Yeah, not
at all.
necessary.
Why run when no one's chasing you? The old classic of magic.
Bath salts are a thing.
Bath salts are a thing. That's a good point. Why run when no one's chasing you? They are chasing me. What are you talking about? To all the people in Florida right now. Crunk. All right. So there you go. That's the legend. Appreciate it.
Love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So yeah, the next thing is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. I like the idea of guess how many matches are in a matchbook type thing, and then it ends up being that. But what there's so many methods of how you could do that. You could have, there's a guy who had a pull. He had a pull with an extra book of matches, and then it would go up his sleeve or it would go into his jacket or something. I'm like, it's too much, man. It's too much. And then I thought of another idea with an envelope, and who carries envelopes? And I'm like, what? I could put them in here, right? So we did a performance of mental matches. Take a look right now. We've got a book of matches, okay? This is like a game. You guys ever go to like the mall or to like a card dealership and like win a free card, but guess how many keys are in the jar? That kind of thing. Same kind of thing. You do get a prize if you get it, okay?
What's the price?
You'll figure it out later. There's a certain number of matches in there right now, okay? I'll tell you that right now. Now I'm gonna make it simple for you. How many come in a pack? 20, exactly. I'm gonna tell you right now, there's between 1 and 10. Now here's how this works. You gotta guess something's not in it. And then you win the prize. So it's a little different. Yeah.
Well, wait a minute.
Well, we need one, just one.
Look at that side. Do you see
No, you're not allowed. You're not allowed.
You're not allowed to look at me? You're going to guess and not
That's
look at
the
me?
whole point about the jars and the jelly beans. What are you talking about? You can count them when you go in there.
I mean, but you can look. All right, well, let's do it.
Who wants to guess? We need one number.
I'm guessing there are 12.
Well, no, there's only 1 and 10. Yeah. Okay, you guess 2. You guess 8. You guess 6. 7 and 9. So who are we going to go with? What number? Which one? We need a collective whole.
No carries.
So 2. Why'd you pick 2? There's no reason. Can you hold it in your hand? Can you hold it in your hand? Count them out loud. How many times? 1. Very good. That's it.
That's the whole joke?
No, there's 2 actually. I told you not to do 2. Dude, you had every option to not pick 1 or 2. I don't understand it myself. As you can see, this is it's a real fun mentalism routine, and it is a fryer. It is one of those things. I would open up with it. I wouldn't put it as a middle or a closer. I don't think it's strong enough to be a closer. I think it's strong enough to be an opener, though. So you're going to take out all the matches in a matchbook except for 1. And I got these at the Griffin. Our boy Dan Sperry. What's up? Grandma's out. Everybody who knows Sperry will know that reference. And the Griffin's amazing. If you're in Vegas, you got to get to Vegas. There's a place called the Griffin. It's downtown Fremont. Dan Sperry is there on Wednesday nights for the Black Magic show. It's absolutely amazing. It's one of the best shows. Next to Copperfield, I think it's one of the best shows in Las Vegas, 100%. And he's done such a great job, and him and his crew. So you got to go see the show. Absolutely amazing. So you can keep 1 out, okay? And you're going to take 9 of them and put them in the thumb tip. So no more pulls, no more, again, a worker. These are workers, This is why workers work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I got 9 of them here, and I got 1 in the matchbook. It's important you put them in so the heads are facing upwards, like so. You'll be able to grab them easier. Whenever you're ready to perform, thumb tip would go into your pocket. I put the matches into a separate pocket. I'm not a big fan of grabbing two objects out of the same pocket, even if it's a hidden object. You're gonna mess around. You know what I mean? So it's the whole idea of. I'll put it right here. What do I have in my pocket? Oh, that's wires. You should see our hotel. Like every time, like when we travel and stuff, when we just go back to our hotel, we just throw everything onto the desk. But we're both OCD, so it's a nightmare. And then we have to
every morning we wake up and we're like,
yeah.
We spend like a half hour to an hour rearranging.
Just
everything.
rearranging the magic life.
Wow.
Because we performed last night. I was like, I'll pen there, the double cross there, cards are there. Like, what did I do last night? What the
We were usually stumbling into.
Right.
Yeah, you guys were out till late last night,
We're
right?
driving. Yes,
Yeah.
we were. Yes, we were.
Or some people would say we were out early this
I
morning.
agree completely to that statement. Both are true. So this is your setup. I would have this into this pocket, right? So
Yep.
as I'm going, I say, here, let me try something real quick. I go into this pocket, can't find what I'm looking for, grab the thumb tip, right? So I'm grabbing my thumb tip, and I pause here, and I hit my, I love doing that. I love having objects in your hand and hitting your leg. I think it just shows cleanliness,
Yeah.
right? Like shit, cool, got it, cool. And then I say to them, this is a guessing game. It's a guessing game, okay? If you guess how many matches are inside this matchbook right now, you're not gonna win. But if you can guess any other number, so you remember the old game or the places like the malls and like where they have like, oh, win a car, you know, free baby. It's weird in Cleveland. They have like the keys in the jar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the jar.
Mm-hmm.
The keys are in
a
like,
jar.
A jar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have to guess how many keys are there, right? So this is the same kind of thing.
How many keys are in a jar?
It depends. I think contractually, it depends. You know what I mean? It depends. I think it depends. Each person's different of how they're treated. Oh, it's cold in here. Almost like getting an Arctic or something. All right. So this is a great little moment because you place these down. You make sure that they can't see from the side, obviously, because one, that's not a good trick. So put it. So if I'm doing like this around people, I would have them open up your hand, flat. Put your other hand on top for me. Perfect. So you obviously have no idea how many matches in that. Okay. So I would do something like that, right?
Yeah.
So that way, because you saw in the performance, they were like, "Can I see them?" I'm like, "No, you can't
Yeah.
see. What are you talking about? You can't go up to the jars and look in and go, oh, there's 19 or whatever there are." You can't do that. So no, you can't see. But I will tell you this. Let me ask you a question. How many matches are usually in a book of matches? And some people don't know that, but it's 20, right? It's usually 20. Some people say 15, they'll say 20, they'll say 10, whatever. I say, listen, there's actually between 1 to 10 matches in there right now. Now, all you have to do is guess the number. It's not. That means you have to guess you have all the numbers. You have 9 numbers you can choose from, right? If you guess the number it is, you don't win. And it's a big prize. It's really good, all right? There's no prize. Let me say that, right? And I got my thumb tip here. So for the very first time, name any number, whichever one you want, between 1 and 10. And you can choose 1 or 10. So it's not in between. You can choose 1 to 10. Totally up to you. And you can change your mind if you want to. You can collaborate. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? 6.
Yeah.
You think 6?
I know 6.
Oh, but give me a second. Lift a hand up. So now I come up. This is so good. I'm so happy with this effect. So now here's the move. I open up the matchbook here. I come over, and now it looks like I rip matches out of the book, but I'm just grabbing them from the thumb tip. So as I grab them, it's great. You actually make the sound. Oops, sorry. I was watching myself. Don't watch yourself, by the way. You make the sound of the matches coming out. And by the way, matches coming out are not an easy thing, so take your time. So you have this whole area to work with. 1. And I'm just reaching in and grabbing them again. 2, 3. You sure you want to change your mind? And this is great. They can change your mind. You can't change it below, but you can change it higher if you want. So whatever. So 3, 4, and 5. Now I push the thumb tip back on as I'm talking. Pretty cool, right? No, it was 6. It was actually 6. I mean, it was 100% 6. I don't know why you would choose 6. And you just turn that 1 around, and that's what it is. It can be any number they want. Isn't that great?
That's really good.
You don't need to do this. I did this when I was really, really drunk one night. I just was stupid. I'm like, here, watch me do magic again. I'm like, watch, I'll put him back in. Put him back in. I put him back on the thumb tip, right? Closed everything up. There you go. And then they open it like, where'd they go? Like, this is so stupid. I was drunk, whatever. I have fooled major magicians with this little thing. Because they just not, I fooled Jim McBride with it. He had no clue what was going on. Wow. He's like, where's the pool? I'm like, there's no pool. He goes, what do you use? I'm like, thumb tip. He goes, you can go fuck yourself. So, I love this moment. Again,
That looks great.
Don't do it quickly. You know what I mean? It takes a few seconds
And
to
I still love when you pull the book back.
With the what?
Because you still got the book, and they're like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
No,
yeah.
no.
Yeah, so there you go. Cool. And I usually just lay it down like that. There you go. All right, I guess I got to give you a prize. All right, what is it? Oh, no, wait. Oh, you said 6. Yeah, that's right. And then just turn it over. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. So there you go. That's mental matches.
Love it. That's
Any
great.
questions on it? And it's super easy to carry. If you notice, all these things like take up no pocket space.
Yeah.
And that's like you're performing real powerful magic with very small items, but just like a big effect. You know, I think that's really important.
Is there a reason why you go the route of you can pick any number, and if you don't get it?
Yeah, I used to do it the opposite way. I
And
used
why
to say
not?
it's psychic
Why not
thing.
to 20?
Because
Because it's too much,
have you
right?
tried to put 20 matches in this fucking thing? You can't. Your thumb's like this at this point. You know what I mean?
You have 2 thumbs.
All right. God damn it, you do. Here, let me try to find things. Thumb. Here we go.
It'll be hard
So
though.
now,
if you have one
So
thumb
now,
tip.
yeah, I have to open up here, hide this thumb, right? So now I got.
And then you gotta reach in a thumb tip while wearing a thumb tip.
Well,
It
what if
might-
you did this? What if you pull the thumb tips out at the same time? No, there's 30. Oh shit. Good stuff. Any other questions on this? Good questions.
No.
Any other good questions? Like valuable information we want to share?
There's no such thing as a bad question.
You might
haven't
be
met Eric.
able to
That's right.
do something with burnt matches and then non-burnt
I thought
matches.
about that,
But
yeah. I thought
I wouldn't
about
know. I think it's something that you have to think
I
about.
thought
I
about
can't think
that.
of anything.
Yeah, I thought about
So
that.
it's like a double.
How could you like the ghost match, and how could you add that in there somehow?
You
know?
could have somebody name a number, and then maybe pretend you didn't hear them, and then ask somebody else for a number.
Why is that funny? I don't know why it's funny.
Like, pretend
No,
you didn't hear that.
I'm trying to come up
I
with the
see what you're
idea
saying.
as I say it. So so name a number.
6.
Actually, you name a number. Maybe higher.
That's just rude, bro.
No, well, we're gonna go back to you in a
8.
second.
8.
8. So then somehow, if you could get
8 plus
let's say
6.
6 that are burnt and
Oh, I
and
see what
2
you're saying.
that
Oh, that's.
aren't.
Oh, that's.
So you know what I mean? So it gives you
Oh.
a double prediction.
That's great.
I don't know.
2 thumb tips.
What if you did this? What if you did two thumbs up? What if you did this? What if you open up the book of matches? Say, I'm going to burn a number of matches in this match. But oh, I like where this is going.
Okay.
I'm getting goosebumps. This is good. And you only burn like 1, right? You pull it away, so you burn 1. They just see fire and they see the right. That's all they see, right? I just realized how it sounded. You see the fire, and they see this up, and then you light it, right? Because you know how matches are. Fuck, I'm doing it. You know how matches are. So look, I'm going to burn some, right? You can't tell how many I burned, right? Okay. I got a number burnt here, right? I'm not going to tell you. You have to guess. So either way, you guess correctly, boom. Oh, that's a great idea. 1, 2, 3. Those are the ones that aren't burnt. This would be the one. Oh, okay. Well, that'd be interesting. Could you do it that way?
You could do what you're doing. So what you just said is a separate trick on its own
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
That's not bad. I like that. I want to work on that.
Another
Very
thing.
cool, man.
Oh,
I
no
like
problem.
that.
Another thing you could do actually is you could say, okay, you think of a number anywhere from 1 to 5. You could choose 1 or 5, and then you think of one from 6 to 10. So because I don't want you to think of the same number. So now you can have 5 burnt, 5 unburnt, and it'll always play out.
Oh, it will.
It'll always play out.
That's good. I like that. Fuck yeah, dude. I want to work on that.
That's great.
That's
man.
sick.
That
dude.
is killer.
Yeah. See, that's why I love this kind of stuff. I love jamming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, so this is it. This is the last one. You guys ready for the last one?
I'm ready.
You guys have fun?
I'm ready. Oh,
Yeah?
we've had
Cool.
so much fun.
Awesome. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy this material is going to Murphy's too. I'm really happy about this.
Can't believe we got like 100 people in the audience.
I know.
This is crazy how many people showed up
Nuts.
for this.
Weird. All right, so this is just this is a thing I put on a download called The Mystic. It was all my loop stuff, all my thread work, right? And so Tony Chang had showed me something from some guy. I don't know who came up with this. He didn't even know. But it was, you put
That's what I love about Tony, man.
Yeah, no,
he's like, this is, someone showed me this, you gotta check it out.
Yeah, I don't know whose it is. I think you'll like it though, right? That's what it is. The lighter is my favorite, dude. And he's like, yeah, someone showed me this, I don't know who it is. Check it out. I'm like, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen. He's like, I don't know who the guy is. He has no clue who these people are. It's the greatest. But he took a card and he put it on his thumb and he just wiggled and it moved. It started turning. I was like, that's really cool, I like that. And then I came up with a little idea, kind of added to it, and I changed the fingers. And now you can do it on someone else's hand. So this is what it looks like. So I have a loop on my hand. Here. Always stretch your loops out.
Do you really have one?
I do. I was at a magic convention one time, and Paul Green comes by and he goes, magicians are the stupidest people in the world. We're doing all this weird stuff. Like, what is this person doing? Okay, so I got to tell a story.
Was that you when we put the lines on the board?
Yes. Yes. So, two stories about thread work. Okay. So we'll do this one first. So one of my favorite things to do is I like to take loop packages. Hold on. Where's my pills? So one of the things I like to do, I like to take loop packages, but you can get loops at your favorite magic dealer. I like to take loop packages with that. So after you are done with loops, right? There's no more left.
We had a lot of fun.
Oh my God, it's like the greatest prank to do at a magic convention. I can't believe I'm going to tip this, but I will. Fuck it. So I already have a shitload more. I don't care. So as you can see, it still looks like there's loops there, right? Because of the ink, right?
Yeah.
So you just throw that on the ground at a magic convention. Just wait. Just have a camera rolling.
Now, if you do have a pencil, you can
I
fill
would
it
just
in
do
a little more,
bit
which
more.
is what we did.
Yeah, that's what we
made it
did.
look-
Yeah.
And then, you throw it on the
You
ground.
just throw it on the ground. You wait.
We were sitting there, dude, watching. Everyone walks by, and
Motherfucker.
they're so sad.
Yeah.
Their hearts are broke.
Yeah, it was the greatest thing in the world. It's so much fun to do. It's like how normal people feel when they see the $100 bill. And it's like, oh, if you found Jesus, go fuck yourself. I thought that was a $100 bill. Ugh. Same thing with this.
Can I have one?
Please.
Ah.
Oh yeah, give me a match.
Oh, what was the second thing?
Right. Oh yeah. Okay, the other
Second
story.
story.
Yeah, the other story. Okay. All right, this is my favorite story. So I was working. I was doing table magic back in the day, and I was probably about 16, 15 years old. And that was the time when Sorcery Magic Shop had just come out with the ITR, the big thing. That was the big thing at the time. Loops had not been a thing at that point. Nobody knew about Yagal at that point. People knew about Finn John, but he wasn't doing anything except lecturing and stuff. So there was no, you couldn't buy this stuff yet. But ITRs was a huge, huge thing. And it was endorsed by Michael Mars, endorsed by all these people. And dude, that guy made a killing off of ITRs, right? Well, if you remember ITRs, we all remember ITRs, yes? And then they came out with the mini ITRs, so it was the big one first, right? And it was the mini ITR, okay. So I had I think it was a mini ITR. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the way it works, it's on a
Cylinder?
Yeah, it's a cylinder cycle with a band, right? 2 rubber bands or two bands, and it's hooked through a clear tube, right? It's a plastic tube. There's a hole in the tube, and then the thread comes out with a piece of wax, right? And then you let it go, it retracts back. Brilliant fucking idea, brilliant idea. But when the thread breaks, it's the worst experience ever. Because you have to, remember that moment? Because you're trying to get that thread, right? Because you're not going to tear apart the whole thing. Yeah. That's ridiculous, right? So, you're trying, passing out, whatever, right? So thread breaks, I'm on a bathroom break, and I'm wearing like an Armani suit, really nice and stuff. Again, I'm like 15, 16 years old, doing Mexican. Obviously, I've
16
always
in
been
my
a
Armani suit.
always. Have you seen my first DVD, Strolling Hands? I look like it's crazy. Vest and everything, right? But that was Justin back then. So I go into the bathroom. That's my favorite story. I go into the bathroom and I'm sitting down at in the toilet, and the door is open though still because I'm not going to the bathroom, right? There's nobody there, and I'm stuck on this. I take the lighter out. I got a lighter. I'm like, God damn, where the fuck is that? Somebody walks in right when I'm doing this. Now, I have two options. Either I'm smoking crack, or I'm trying to find invisible thread inside a thread machine to pull out to put wax on. So I want crack. So the guy thought I smoked crack. That's the deal. He walked out of there completely thinking he saw somebody smoking crack. Because I was just, I'm trying to find this damn thread, man. I couldn't find it, dude. I couldn't find it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So I don't use those anymore. It's so much easier to look like you're crazy now. Stretch. There's my stories for Liz. Okay. So this is something we didn't do a performance of, and again, Tony is like, oh, there's a guy. This is just an interesting little way of making a card spin around your finger without any visible means. But also, I kind of wanted to bring the idea of, we've heard if a hurricane happens in somewhere in China or whatever, or a butterfly flaps its wings in China, then a hurricane happens, wherever, right? It's the cause and effect type thing, right? So it's really what we're doing here. So you use a credit card from somebody, you can use a PayPal card, you can use a license, you can use anything, okay? We'll use a card. So it'd be a card I'd have out already. I have my loop around. This is called the starting position, so it's around the palm, okay? So this is ready position, this is be starting position, okay? I can get my thumb inside there, all right? So if you bring your thumb in as you're talking, right, and you say, look, this is the craziest thing, but if you take the card, right, and you wiggle your hand, and you get that great little moment. Now you can do it in their hand now too. This is great. So hold out your hand. So you want to make sure that they listen. So put your finger out, like so. This is what I would use. So you're going to balance it basically right there. So that's where my balance is, right? Mm-hmm. So then I just pause. I pause and I come up underneath like this. So thumb's here. You say, well, do it again. Normally I would just do it for you. So as you place here, so the card is going in between the two threads, right?
Gotcha, yeah.
So this is like a...
Yeah, so it's going,
Yep,
I can
yep,
mime it there.
Yep. Hand comes this way, and I would be standing doing this. This looks so stupid if you do it like this. Oh, watch this. But if you're standing, you're here, you know what I mean? This looks so dumb right now. This is so stupid looking. Look at this. Oh. Bring your hand down a little bit. Bring your hand down a little bit. Thanks, man. Thanks for helping. There you go. So you come over here, and now it's in between, and now you go like this, nothing happens. When you go like this the second time, I would do this like 2 or 3 times, you're just going to move your hand down.
That's crazy.
Isn't that great? And they feel that moment,
so good.
and then you just pause.
Wow.
And I love this moment. You just go like that, and it just starts spinning. Yeah.
That's great.
It feels weird, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Try it. Find the balance first. There we go. Oh. Right there. So come up over here.
Ah, nice.
Even that is
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's just that great little moment. So it's just a little moment with a loop, a little fun thing. Right?
I think it's beautiful.
And then one last loop thing. Which one is this? Oh, this is fun. I already taught this somewhere else, but I want to teach it again. It's just really fun. Have a card selected. Let me stand up. Shuffle the cards. This is my favorite thing to do with it. How many people know the, this is my layman pattern. How many people know Leonard Green's Top Shot? Top Shot? You know Top Shot? Top Shot? Right? It's not easy to do. It's this, right? It's hard, right? So I came up with this little thing. So grab a card. look at the card, memorize the card. Do you have it?
Mm-hmm.
Show it to the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got it? Perfect. I'll do this as slow as I can. Oh, I did that wrong. Let me do that again. Apologize. Let's do it again. Have a card selected. Look at it, show it to everybody
It's the
else.
same one.
Is it really?
No, it's not.
Oh my goodness.
You're not that
That'd be
good.
so cool. Name a card, name a card, name a card.
6 of clubs.
Nope. Okay, good. Lost in the pack. Yes or no is your card on top. The Jack o' Hearts. The Jack o' Hearts. Are you serious? This wasn't your card? You promise. Are you lying to me?
I wouldn't lie to you.
You would, but you'd get paid for it. You're not lying to me, right? So it wasn't a Jack of Hearts. Okay, let's try something here. Watch. And then it changes. So you get a card change and you get to move at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cute.
And so all this is control the card to the top, do a double turnover, show the wrong card. Jack of Hearts, you say, and then the thumb goes here. They say no, it wasn't Jack of Hearts really. And now let the thumb go, and it goes back on the card now. And this is one of my favorite parts about this. It goes back on the card now. You get a break here, and as you come back, you now can show the face of it, and there's no thread.
Oh.
Isn't that great? No thread whatsoever. Place this back on top. Do you remember your card?
You just let go.
You're letting it go, yeah. So again, you're here. So it stretches. As soon as it stretches, let it go, and then turn it over, and it changes.
Does it have to be on the edges so that it spins?
No,
Or
you
it'll
want it.
spin
You want it in the
regardless?
middle, honestly,
middle,
because you're going to get the most something out of it. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So as
Yeah.
it turns over, yeah. It's great, right? It's so stupid.
And the thread actually just brings it right into your hand.
It goes right back. So you're reset for everything. Yeah. It looks like, I just realized that it kind of looks interesting if you just move the deck away, right? It looks like that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. That's pimp.
Yeah, it looks like it doesn't want to come here. It's
Yeah.
like, nope, I want.
Or you could just, oh shit. There's no thread though. That's not a thread thing. That's not a thread thing. It's just, have you seen that before?
It's a big brass thing, right?
No.
No?
No. It's, what's his name? Put it on Paul Harris's, so good, right? It's just, what the fuck? It's just here and you're just clicking. That's it. It was on, not Art of Astonishment, but the True Astonishment.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Some Asian guy, I don't know. Yeah. So you can do the same thing. I mean, you could do a double turnover show. Oh yeah, it's going Jack of Diamonds, Jack of Hearts. That's cool. Here, and then you can come back this way, and then you do the same thing. So do thread work and that, mix it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh,
Say it again. Say words.
where'd it go?
What is it?
I see it.
You saw a tit. What'd you say?
You broken loop.
Yeah, it's under your finger.
What?
Is it?
Yeah. Is that part of the trip?
What are you talking about?
The loop broke.
I know. I broke it. Oh, it's right here. Loop graveyard. Tip it out for my homies. Well, there you go. That is.
Oh, that's beautiful.
We'll do an outro. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
So good.
Thank you so much, Justin. It was an
I really,
absolute pleasure.
really
We learned
appreciate
so
it.
much.
Thank you so
That
much.
was so much fun, man.
And thanks for Murphy's for having me and us, dude. I can't wait till they see your lecture. It's just, it's going to be great, man. I can't wait.
Oh, am I doing one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
cool.
So thank you so much, Justin.
Thank you so much. I really
It was an
appreciate it.
absolute pleasure and an honor being here with you and learning from you. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time right here at the table.
Do we talk like we're like it's like the weather, like the news, like?